from the townsperson saying that there's some sort of strange light at night, and so we're going to go to the inn and stay there until nighttime and see if we can find out what that's about.
And the Mana series was specifically Trials of Mana has a day to night system as well.
マナシリーズはデータナイトシステムがあるそうと思うんですけれども。
データナイトシステムだね。
Well, just as far as going from day to night, so now we're at night time now.
Yeah. そうですね。夜になるとまたちょっと出てくるモンスターも変わったりとか、待ち人が言っていることが変わったりとかします。
Yes, so depending on whether it's day or night, the sort of monsters that you might encounter or the types of people in the village you encounter are going to be different.
So Duran just got woken up by that light that we were hearing about earlier.
Hi,
thanks for coming by.
So what do you do when you wake up in the middle of the night?
I still just want to see what's going on. Oh, you know what? My bad.
So you need answers.
The sound is probably
through the dark forest.
Terrible.
Yes.
Seems like a reasonable thing to do.
Because it's not coming through my headphones. There we go. So I missed a couple things earlier, but
very early hours.
I'm hoping that
Alright, so we're engaging a little bit more combat here on the way to our objective.
Gotta stop the fights and rabbis on the way.
で戦闘他にもいろいろありまして、例えばなんか溜めて攻撃するとかでちょっと防御力の高い敵を倒したりとかそういうこともできます。
So we're able to charge up an attack and kind of get the enemies with higher defense that way.
I love the bonuses that appear on screen because it gives you maybe an alternate objective, even if you're fighting easier enemies.
I'm also gonna go through and fix my stream while I'm up. So don't mind me putting stuff in. Just gonna put in my follower bar.
A little bit more incentive to be strategic.
Yeah.
So we're encountering a new character.
I'm probably gonna change this chat also.
So this is the fairy, and she is a navigation character.
で今はちょっと詳細はわからないんですけども、とりあえずさっき洞窟に入れなかったのを警戒を解いてくれるというので、一緒について。
And we don't know the details just yet, but she says that she's going to get rid of that barrier on that cavern from earlier, and so we're going to kind of follow her.
でちなみに今ボイスは入ってないと思うんですけれども、最終的には英語ということでボイスが入っている。
And right now, there's no voiceover, of course, but ultimately we are going to have both English and Japanese voiceovers.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, that's great.
And as far as the text goes, that'll be available in French, German, and Spanish as well.
Oh, excellent. So if you weren't paying attention to what we were just seeing in the story there, they just heard a sound back towards the town. So I think they're going to go investigate and see what's going on over there.
Source, social.
And our fairy friend has taken residency in Duran's head.
Kind of startled him a little bit, I think.
So heading back here, using you can run, I think, if you press down on the control stick.
そうですね。ボタンをスティックを押すとダッシュ。
Yes, you can dash, run by pushing down on the control stick.
And there are a lot of hidden elements in this area that you could explore. There are treasure chests, there are items that you can find.
その通りで、結構宝箱とかがあちこちに隠れているので、ちょっと寄り道しながら行くといいかもしれません。
Yes, there are treasure chests and whatnot hidden away in certain areas. So if you kind of take the long way sometimes and see if those are available. That's another fun part.
Right.
Hey.
Makes the world more lively and interactive. So.
We're just watching as I fix up my stream.
We had to get back to town because we reached an awful scene here. The town's been destroyed.
なんかビーストマンというビーストメンたちが破壊してしまったようなので、ちょっと今はどうすることもできないんですけれども先に進みます。
Yeah, so it looks like the Beastmen have destroyed this town.
This game seems really calming, but really long.
It's part of the story as it develops, and we try not to spoil too much because for many people in North America, this is probably the first
Right.
time they'll be playing it.
So
On the Trials of Mana,
that's great.
also on the Collection of Mana.
Alright, so we're going to head back to Wendell here. Hopefully we can get through the cave.
this is a lot of gameplay though. Sometimes I feel like we get more.
This is where we meet Reese.
I guess this is like, I don't know. And during Link's Awakening, we got a whole like dungeon. We had a whole dungeon run.
で、ローラントという国は強盗盗賊団によって滅ぼされてしまうんですけれども、その国を再興するために、今デュランと同じ目的であるウェンデルに今向かっているところです。
So Reese is the princess of a kingdom called Loran. However,
I'm gonna go get my other laptop. Give me a second, please.
Trying to kind of restore her kingdom, and in order to do so, she's headed to the city of Wendell, which is also where Duran is headed.
So it's an interesting way to make the storylines converge. Is these two characters have the same, different objectives,
Yeah.
same place.
他の6人のキャラクターも結構ウェンデルで向かっていることが多い。
Yeah, and for the other six, out of the other 6 characters, the others many of them are headed towards Wendell as well.
ちょっとこれはデモ版なので、3人目の選択者シャルロットも、実は現時点で今仲間にします。
So since this is the demo version, Charlotte is going to jump in and join our party right now as well.
シャルロットも我々が目指すウェンデルの少女で、今ウェンデルに戻ろうとしているところです。
So Charlotte is actually from Wendell, and she's trying to get back to that city.
シャルロットは大切な人を悪者にさらわれてしまって、
Okay.
For Charlotte, a very important person to her, someone who's very important to her, was abducted by some evildoers, and so she's trying to get back there and trying to solve that.
So all these characters have different objectives that you're going to get to learn more about as you progress through the story.
We're gonna fix that chat later because I think
ちょっとこれもデモ版なのでショートカットをして今からボスをお見せしたいと思います。
So since this is a demo version, again, we're going to use a little shortcut and jump right into the boss battle.
But
course.
ordinarily there would be much more to do here in the Cascade Cavern.
Yeah, that's
yeah, clearly. Y'all want people to spend their life on these video games.
The bat was pretty adorable also.
And onto the not so adorable.
Yeah.
We may recognize this guy from earlier.
It's a crab.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
That'll
Speaking of crab, I would really love some crab.
But this is so cool to see now in 3D.
Yeah.
The different type of battle system.
And we didn't talk about it earlier, but the eyes of this character are in 3 points.
ああ、そうですね。ただ目から結構ビームとかを撃ってくるので、ちょっとそれを注意しながら戦わないといけません。
This enemy shoots beams from its eyes, and so we need to be very cautious about that as we engage.
Hitting it in the face? Oh, she just knock his eye out?
今リースを操ってますけど、こうやってチェンジすることができます。
And right now we're using Charlotte at the moment, but we're able to switch back and forth through the characters as you like.
That's awesome. And then they can all use the ring command. They've all got their different weapons. Charlotte's got some, I believe she's got a nunchuck.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and some of them are better at magical abilities than others, so you can switch to them to maybe heal your party or do other sorts of things.
Yeah, yes.
Oh, I got an article I gotta write too.
Looks like you're making really quick work of the boss here.
They had a tutorial at
Yeah.
the top of the segment.
Nice work. This is looking fantastic. Thank you so much for bringing me.
Okay, boom. Next game.
Look at it. I think we're running a little bit low on time. But did you have any closing comments that you wanted to share with our viewers before we head out?
I'll try English.
Okay.
Oh.
For people who have played Mana Freeze and for people who have not played Mana Freeze before, we are making the game something that everyone can enjoy. So the development team are working hard. So
This boy outfit over here with the plaid is a little
Thank
fresh.
you very much. I very much am looking forward to playing it, so I appreciate it. Thank you to Katie, to Tatsuki-san, Oyamada-san, and Stephanie also.
He's ready to go. He's like, look,
Nintendo Treehouse Live, we've got some more Super Mario Maker, so stay tuned.
okay, Super Mario Makers 2. Let's see what's good. Clipping a little bit. I'm gonna turn that down. I remember playing Super Lucky Sale, and I think I got frustrated just because I was at work and I couldn't actually sit down and like play it. I had to play it, and then I had to give someone like the demo of it while I was playing it, and I was like, this is too much. This is absolutely too freaking much. Let's see. Alert box, chat box. Do something a little different with my chat box. That's gotta be what they're gonna. No. Didn't they just say they said Super Mario Maker? So they probably haven't shown Super Lucky Sale yet. And I don't know if you guys played that, but you know, it's alright. I'm just redoing my stream while I'm sitting here. Oh boy. Why is this so slow? I know it's not running out of any type of memory anytime soon. I feel like I should just take my allergy pills today and call it a wrap. I feel like I want to see more Marvel, but I'm being selfish. What other things they got going on? Oh, I remember that cat. I didn't get Super Mario Maker, the first one. I definitely was into like using it to teach kids how to code and stuff. I wonder what they're gonna make in Super Mario Maker 2 that I don't know. Are they into putting out patches like that? Where they'll just be like, oh, this is fixed, or not really fixed, but sorry, I wrote down something. I couldn't figure out what it was because it's my freaking handwriting. Beep bop borp. Gloop glop glorp. I'm like, I played her and play Super Lucky's Tale. Hopefully it's the full game and not the demo. I am working on my chat box. I still gotta put my little social thing right underneath. I feel like I don't like my stream being so square. Like I want it to be rounded.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Nintendo Treehouse Live at E3. I'm Sam,
Sweet.
joined by my colleagues Morgan and Teresa, and we're going to dive back into Super Mario Maker 2. This time we're actually going to go under the hood with one of the levels that was created for the Invitational that happened a few days ago. And we're taking a look at the course here in play mode, but where do you want to get us started, Morgan?
Yeah, so this is the course that if you guys watched the Super Mario Maker Invitational, if you didn't check it out, we've got that up on our Nintendo YouTube. But this is the course that we played in the first round. So all the contestants played it. And this course was, all the courses for the Invitational created by folks in the Treehouse, which I'm lucky to be a member of. And I was one of those folks, but actually a gentleman named Ethan Dill created this course, but I helped play test it quite a bit. So I feel like I have
Confident.
to talk about it behind the scenes. So I'm just playing through the start. The start's pretty simple. We've got a couple question mark blocks. We've got a super mushroom there. We've got a
Very large fish.
classic fish in a box gag there. Give me that super mushroom.
I'm like, you gonna get the mushroom?
Right out of the gate. And then an exclamation mark block, which you can see that there's no way to hit it from underneath, so I need to ground pound it. And right there, that's how I would get out of this area. But like I said, we're not here to play through this course.
I would've
necessarily.
jumped
We're
it.
under the hood. So let's hop into maker mode. And one thing right off the bat, I'm going to tap the right thumbstick here, and I can actually zoom out into this view mode. Which is
Oh, wow.
just sort of when you're making and hopping between making and playing, getting sort of a bird's eye view of a course. So really simple course right here at the start. Like I said, not a whole lot going on. So let's zoom back in here. I'm going to hop into this. Just going to show off this fish in the box. Go ahead and grab that out. Obviously, like in Mario Maker, to put an enemy in a you can just slide it into the question mark block. But whereas you would change an enemy status by shaking it in Mario Maker, and this time you actually just tap and hold, and that will give me all of my options there. So you can see that one already.
But let's see how many things they have to offer before I'm like, is that really worth a whole new game?
Parachute also. Get back in there.
And these context-specific menus are something that you'll get when you place enemies, other course parts. It's really handy if you don't quite remember off the top of your head what options you have for a particular part. Instead of having to use a little bit of trial and error, you just tap and hold, see that menu, and all of your options are going to be laid out right there.
I'm going to change that to a Firefly for reasons that will become clear in a moment. So we actually also had some Twitter polls about this course. Maybe you guys saw that, maybe you did not. We had people vote on what we're going to add to this course, because one of the things about this course is that we didn't make it super hard because we wanted the players to get through it pretty quickly without dying too much. So before
Too
I
much.
clear pipes
Still
go,
ain't gonna die, just not a lot.
really quickly how this exclamation mark block works. So let me just put a pipe there so I can stand on it. So if I were underneath it, it would dole out one at a time. And again, if I'm on top, it would dole out all at once. And you can see when I'm in maker mode that I'm able to control what exactly doles out. So I could, instead of what we're seeing there, I could make it a cool kind of a staircase.
And what's interesting with this course part, on top of the fact that you can make yourself some really interesting platforms for Mario to jump along, you can actually do some interesting things with those blocks as they extend, pushing something else in the environment to a different location, possibly even blocking your way if you're not careful. So there's a lot of creativity as far as how you path that object.
I'm actually going to take this thing all the way to the top,
Oh my gosh.
which maybe not all the way, but it just feels really good. Check this out.
And then,
And I'm going to actually need to get out of this course, so let's move that pipe that I need.
yeah, I'm over here like, okay, that's great, but like, how you getting out of there?
I'm a sucker
Bam,
for this thing,
bam.
so I have to fill this in even though it's not critical. And I'm going to use a lot of ground blocks. So you can see on the top of my, all of my course elements and parts at the top, that's sort of filling in what I've used most recently, but I can tap and hold, and that pins that to my toolbar. So I will now have ground blocks whenever I need them. Fill that in, make that look nice.
That's incredibly handy, especially if you're trying to get to something really quickly and you're
Yep.
reusing that item.
So I'm going to go ahead and again, I'm hopping minus to hop between make and play. If you're familiar with Mario Maker, you know that, but if not, very important. So let's just make sure that that works. Yep, that'll work.
It's good.
All right. And now it's time to add what the winner of our Twitter poll was. We had 3 options for this one.
So poll 1.
Yeah, poll 1. I had the option of adding Boom Boom, Clear Pipe, or Bully. I did not expect Clear Pipe to win, but it did. So let's add some Clear Pipes. You can see I'm hopping into my, I tapped this,
The user interface feels real smooth, and I dig it.
I can sort of hop right and left between, I've got items, enemies, I've got gizmos, and you can see, actually, something I really like is that someone who works in localization, we actually can see the names of all the parts as you're selecting them. Like, you're not quite sure what to call it, it'll just tell you right there.
Yeah, I love this dial system. It's so user-friendly and accessible, and you visually see what you're selecting.
There's that clear pipe I'd like right there. So, I had this idea. I was actually talking to Ethan back in the treehouse this morning about what to do with clear pipes because, again, I didn't necessarily expect it to win. And what I'm going to do is actually, so check this out. So I've got this clear pipe sort of surrounding the exclamation mark block. I'm going to get rid of these Goombas for now because I don't need those guys around. And I'm going to take a Spiny and set him on top of that block that I need to get to. Let's see what happens now if I go into play mode. So now this Spiny
That's
is
a little
like,
dangerous.
It's his own personal roller coaster.
yeah, so now to hit that
That's
block, I
kinda
need to
cool.
do- Ooh, oh yeah.
Nice work.
But why have just a regular sized Spiny when you could have a, let me tap that guy, I can make him a big guy.
But why?
I think that'll still work. Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
That poor little guy's probably getting a little dizzy in there.
Yeah. But
Kind
actually,
of,
let's
right?
actually wipe out this clear pipe. I promise there's a reason I'm doing this. Actually, let me pin that clear pipe too so I have it. So let's actually add 2.
Well, it's interesting that we showed off during our first segment with Super Mario Maker 2 as well. On top of being able to use these clear pipes to get yourself around, get enemies around, you can actually toss fireballs in there as well. So it really is worth experimenting with this course part. There's some really interesting things you can do as far as
you
getting
know
a
what?
whole bunch of stuff moving in a course at one time.
I'm actually going to go back to my original plan because I actually liked how that felt. And yeah,
I remember the one thing that I wasn't a fan of in Mario Maker is that when I was using like the Wii U pad, it was like a white hand, and then your other option was like a dog hand.
I think it's
I was
actually
like,
playable right
oh.
now. So I'm going to actually tap, not tap.
So it looks like that's not a thing anymore.
And that'll allow me to play the course from the start as if it were brand new, which is important for getting the timing right of everything sort of loading into the course properly. So let's go ahead and grab that fireball we mentioned, slide down, and now I could work on that timing if I want, or I think I can just go like this.
That looks pretty cool.
I thought
A little added flair.
I thought they might take him out, but I think they actually have to be in this. I think to take him out, they might have to hit at the same time. So, you know what? Let's get out of here. This is already too crazy. Maybe I didn't need these fireballs after all.
No, just do it the other way.
What Super Mario
I was
Maker
into
is
it.
all about. So you trial and error, you see how things work. And that was actually a big part of the development process of the invitational courses, folks in Treehouse working on them, adjusting them, but then you always need fresh eyes to try them out and see, okay, how's this
Oh
working
man,
as
we
far
play
as difficulty curve?
tested these courses so many times. So right away, you drop into the second part of the course, and this is kind of where the Invitational really got exciting, because the players would pop out of this, and they'd have an immediate left or right choice. And if they were paying attention to that first exclamation mark block, the reason that we made you ground pound it so you couldn't hit it from the bottom is that so if you're paying attention, you would immediately start doing this to advance more quickly. But if you were just to tap the bottom, it suddenly becomes a lot trickier. And although Abdallah won the Mario Maker Invitational, the Dragon Feeny actually had the fastest time on the first course. And I went back and looked at the replay of her run, and the reason that she made up I think she beat him by about 30 seconds is on this section, she immediately started ground pounding. She didn't miss a beat, remembering that you can ground pound to get up this section more quickly.
That's right. I remember those.
And not that he didn't do that as well, but she just really took straight to it. And the players that didn't complete this section, Yellow Killer Bee and the Completionist, they actually didn't quite get up this section as quickly as you can see.
I did find it really interesting that everybody took the right-hand path. You gave them a choose-your-own-adventure situation.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody
So right there,
went left first.
that's how I would have gotten to the pipe. I'm intentionally falling, I swear, so I can show the other side. The other side is a little trickier. It actually is deceivingly easy at first, but once you get up here, you can see that we've got these blinking blocks, and those blinking blocks don't require any kind of, I can't even show them. I said it was easy to get to them, but I couldn't even get to them. So these blinking blocks are just sort of blinking in and out of the course on a regular timer. You can hear the sound cue, and then you've got to do it quick enough to do.
Yeah, this was
Yeah.
an area
we've got
for the
sideways.
Invitational.
And those actually can kill you. I think some people watching the stream, nobody died on those, and they were like, will they hurt you? They will if they pin you right against the wall.
Yeah.
So this is actually a pretty challenging course, so I'm sort of thinking, how can we make this course more accessible to people who maybe, we actually saw some of our competitors really couldn't get up this very easily. So I want to show how quickly, or how simple change you can make, and change the mechanics only by changing a course theme. So for this is in the sub area of the course. I'm going to change it to forest.
And of course, vertical sub-areas being something else that's new to Super Mario Maker 2, it is really interesting the way you can build up these courses when you have so much more verticality to play with.
Yeah, and you can even see that it says, it just told me there, if you switch to forest, you can add water, and that is exactly what I'm going to do. So over here to the left, I've got this water level, and at the bottom, I can start both the start of the water, and then the high, that dotted one is sort of the high water mark. I'm going to take that all the way to the top, not up into the next area, just to this area. And I've also got this arrow, so I can tap it. If I tap that, the water will go to that point and then all the way back down. I just want it to fill the room completely. And if I tap and hold, I can change the speed at which the water will fill. I'm going to go, let's see how double speed works. And what this is going to do is, once I come into this room, I can obviously start, if I'm sort of going for speed, I could start. Oh, I'm already
ground pound's
behind.
gonna be a challenge.
I'm already behind. So what's nice is it can actually fill the room. So a better player might be able to sort of stay ahead of the water. There we go. Now I can get a little lead on the water. Oh no, I'm still too slow.
So
But this is allowing a player that couldn't handle these jumps to much more slowly, but quite easily beat the course, but not nearly as quickly as somebody who had those more advanced platforming skills. And that's just a really neat way that you can sort of use these new... No.
Back to swimming.
No. And I just love that because, you know, if we had this water in this for the Invitational, like, it would have probably been too easy, but certainly no one would have gotten bogged down right there.
Yeah, it definitely makes it possible for you to make something where if somebody wants to have a sort of time challenge and have a race, they could get through that much faster, but nobody's going to be left behind entirely.
Yeah. This is the Koopa Troopa car section, which I'm just going to... The car is so crazy. People are going to have so much fun making courses for this. We had to playtest this thing so much to make it so the player had to use the car. We didn't want them to be able to cheat by jumping out of the car. And I'm just going to rip right through it. But one thing I did want to show off... So I'm going to hop right back over to it. The car actually can brake, so... I made that look easy because I've played it several times. But if you don't quite understand how the car works, you could say right here, oh, so right there, those spikes would actually take me out. If I had lost my car at some point...
So if you had bumped it into, say, like the ground environment.
Yeah, so we have a reset door here, so if you had lost your car here, you could hop back in.
And that's actually one place where the trampolines are really useful. If you want to build a course and have surfaces the car's not going to get damaged on, it'll bounce safely off trampolines.
Yeah. And so this car, let me find a wall I can crash into. We took out most of the walls actually so that you can't break the car because we didn't want the players to get bogged down. But if I go to the end here,
There you go. You can see a little bit of the car
I'm gonna
coming
show
off each time
I'm
you
gonna
hit it.
show off those 3 hit points. And now the P switch that was triggered way over to the right, you actually can't quite get through this without the car, which was by design because
mean,
we
you
wanted
could
the car,
try.
the coupe. Yeah, we could try. I mean, somebody probably could, but we wanted you to sort of need the car. All right, so let's hop through there since I already did that once. All right, and I didn't have the car in this moment, but the car cannot go into pipes. You could take the car into that warp block we just came out of, but I'm gonna go ahead and head in this pipe, which I could not have taken the car through, even if I'd wanted to.
On the subject of the car, though, I do love that.
So suddenly this area is a lot more dangerous. And they actually I kind of like that they actually kind of guide me. I'm like, this tree feels safe. Let's go up there. And then from here I could actually, I think if I time it right, I can probably jump over him and then up the wall. Oh, I didn't quite make it.
It's tight.
Or I could just take him out.
Ouch.
You can kill these things too. But if I tap and hold, you can also do blue piranha creepers. What those do is extend out to where you made them end and just kind of hang out.
And I
then
think the sound, it's almost like they're sleeping.
Yeah.
You hear a little snoring sound?
So let's change those back to purple. It's a little bit more exciting, I think. I'm gonna make this one not so difficult. Since one thing I was doing, we'll have it, I should be able to now climb up, grab the cat suit, wait for him to go down, climb up, ooh, and get past there.
Nice.
This next section, I'm not gonna edit this section, I'm just gonna get past it. Really cool mechanic here though, you have to wait for the snake block to fill over, to cover up, oh no!
This was
See-
the part that also got the players at the Invitational too. It was a little bit challenging to traverse
Yeah,
both
because
sides.
if I jump to the left, I'll hit those springs, but if I wait for the snake block, I can really messing this
I think
up.
it was interesting since the purpose of this was a speedrun competition. You gave them 2 options, the blue and the green snake block. So the
Yep.
green one is going to move a little bit more slowly, going to give you a bit more time to land those jumps. But if you really want to go for a faster
for it,
time and
wait
you want to
for
take
it.
the extra risk, you go with the blue side, it's going to go faster for you.
Yep. Exactly. Oh no, no! Why would I do that? Why would I do that?
No.
I'm stubbornly going to actually do it instead of cheating.
It really be like that.
Wait for it. Cover those up and over and up and over. Okay. Okay. I'm cheating. I'm sorry,
Just for the sake of time, we would allow
Then I can watch the indication and see how the players make it that. Because we have a really important thing to do this last section. So the last section has these 2 jumps, kind of challenging jumps, up to the big finish. That on-off switch actually changes the trajectory of those, and where that would take me is I'd go into that exclamation mark block, it would drop me at the goal pole, and I'm done. But that's a very simple ending. We wanted to have a battle.
Oops, sorry.
There to play with down there as well. It seems like it'd be worthwhile to take some advantage of
Yeah,
that.
so as quick as I can, I'm going to get out of the way there. I'm actually going to use this warp block.
And this
I'll
is
put
where we
it
get
down
into our
here.
final poll result.
Yep. I'm going to do some, I love it because I can do this zoomed out mode and I can do some hardcore sort of bird's eye view editing. I can't add new parts when I'm in this zoomed out mode, but I can grab blocks like this and then copy those to help fill these big swaths of course really quickly, which is, whoop, bye-bye. And I don't even have to worry that I'm grabbing the exact amount I want. I'm just sort of, you know, it'll fill in what's not filled in. Okay, I've got my, that's there. I've got a nice big open space. Zoom back in so I can actually change parts. We're gonna tap these guys in and out. Quickly give me some ground here. Make it look nice and pretty. All right, so I want you to actually have to defeat our boss. So, first of all, who are we going to add? We have 3 choices.
Hey, nah. I'm setting up my stream while I'm doing this. So, wanted to watch E3. I also know I got a stream today. Boom. Porque no las dos.
Here is big flying Meowser. And I actually want you to have to defeat him. So I'm going to change this to a key warp block. And, of course, we're going to need a key to activate that. So let's grab that. Drop it in. Attach it to Meowser. And if I'm going to defeat Meowser, I'm going to need some help. So I'm going to give myself a pipe with some... to make sure I have a persistent supply of fire flowers. And I would love to see more of that Koopa Troopa card. So let's give Big Meowser a few buddies. I might be putting those for my own benefit, not Bowser's. We'll see. Let's see how this works.
Oh, they're sleeping.
They're sleeping. Wake up,
Not
dudes.
anymore.
Wake up. Give me one of those cars. Oh
And-
my.
oh. So Meowser, when he's got wings, has some really interesting attack patterns as well. So we might see him go through a few of those here.
You will never. I'm crashing one car into another.
There he goes.
Not today.
I need another car.
Oh. Is he gonna do his ability?
What do you
There we
got?
There
go.
it is.
No, I got a car. Sucker.
Careful.
I need another fire flower. Where is it? Yes.
Uh-oh.
Oh my god.
He's a little burly.
I will
Yeah,
drive.
he is.
Oh no.
Oh,
I
go
need
fire
my
flower.
fire flower,
Go
please.
back. Oh, no.
No.
Oh my gosh. I was about to say, Morgan, you're running out of cars, but
know, I
you
know.
just ran out of lives.
I think we got time for one more try, though.
One more try. They're gonna cut me off the stream, and I'm just gonna be playing this on the stage persistently for the next like hour, and ruin the whole stream.
Oh. It's absolute madness and chaos.
Oh.
Get him.
What's up now?
Nice.
Big Meowser.
Oh.
All right, I'm gonna be smart. I'm gonna be smart. Get my. Oh.
Oh,
What's
he
he
followed
Oh
doing?
you.
my gosh.
I'm gonna jump out of my car. Back in my car. Back in my car.
Oh, no,
no, back in my
He
car.
also has fireballs.
My car has no wheel in the front. This is,
It's still good. You got 3 wheels. You can make this work with 3 wheels.
Oh my
Oh.
gosh.
everything's fine.
Oh my gosh, Morgan.
Everything's fine.
Just everything's on fire, but it's fine.
There you go. Okay, I believe in you. You can do this with fireballs.
But this is actually without the cards, actually giving me a chance to show off. This is what's cool about the 3D world style is it's 2D, 3D world, but there's all these sort of effects that. Oh yeah,
Yes.
Good job.
got my key.
You got a
Give me
little
that.
firework display too.
Yes. Yes.
Well
Sorry, I got
done,
really
sir.
excited.
No, dude, that was awesome.
We're probably way behind now, but I don't care. I
That's
defeated Big
alright.
Flying Meows.
Yeah, it's alright. And then they're like, no, you need to hurry up and finish this now.
Enemies. We added a boss fight. We made one of those parts that's really tricky, easier to get up. Showed off some of the maker tools. Yeah, I could go on all day, but I'm probably out of time.
And we also made this interactive because of the poll, so we had
Yeah.
a lot of fun.
Yeah,
with
thanks
it.
if you guys voted on the polls, and thanks if you watched the Super Mario Maker 2 Invitational. If you want to see this course in action, go back and check that out.
And some other really fun courses as well that were
Yeah.
in there. The finale's pretty
Yes.
intense. And that is about all the time we've got today. But Morgan and Teresa, thanks so much for coming up and hanging out. Folks, I hope you enjoyed that. Please stay tuned. We're going to be coming back in a real
Select
quick
a
break with some
color.
Game Attack Machina, so please stay tuned.
Bye.
Bye. What do you guys think about Super Mario Maker? Yeah. Sorry, you guys. I'm just trying something out. Bear with me. Didn't even know you could see it. Hoo-wee. Today doesn't seem as exciting as yesterday. Well, I guess it's not right, because I don't know. I got my new subscriber. I'm probably gonna change this then. And it's going to be man. Yo, relax. There we go. Hey yo, I'm fixing my stream while we watch E3. That's gameplay of Link's Awakening. Dang, I need to remember to check my messages. Ever since I turned off like my alerts and stuff, I feel like way better. But hasn't Dr. Disrespect been an issue for a long time? Like, this isn't new. I'm probably about to go make some popcorn.
Hi, welcome back to
What are we playing now?
Live. We are going to get into some live gameplay of the cooperative multiplayer in Damon X Machina. I'm here with Demetrius, Roxanne, Teresa, Raymond.
I do. You know what? I hope they haven't done Astral Chain. Astral Chain. I'll be right back.
Go ahead, Demetrius, and let's take it away.
Yeah, so first I just wanted to say this is Damon X Machina, and what we're going to do today is we're going to play 2 missions and kind of go over also some customization for our characters. Before we begin, I just want to say this is the cooperative multiplayer, and I just wanted to make sure we ask Mr. Sakuda if you'd like to make any comments on that, and what kind of inspired you to create multiplayer for this game.
マルチプレイのインスピレーションとなったものは何だったんですか？まずやっぱりこのゲームはフィッシュで、遊んでいただけるというところが、最初の一発点なんですけど、
今ちょうど持ち寄ってこう遊んでるんですけど、こうネットワークだけじゃなくていろんな人と持ち寄って遊んでいただけるといいなと、それがまずの出発点。
So first, because we're developing for the Switch, we wanted to add this aspect of multiplayer in the game. And second, like you're all doing right now, kind of, you can also connect with people online, but it's also fun to be able to physically be together and hang out and play the game together.
Yeah, we're already like getting distracted dancing. We do it all day.
I just want to play with this puppy. I don't know about you guys.
Okay, let's get started. Everybody's goofing out all day. All right. So we have one thing to note. If you guys watched this yesterday, you see that I'm changing up my arsenal. Once again, arsenals are the robotic suits that we are piloting. One thing that's really cool about multiplayer is that we can show off everyone's arsenal. So everyone can customize their own. So this is Roxanne. Over here is Teresa. And Dan is over here. So we all have our own custom ways. You'll see that Teresa here has a laser cannon. It's going to fire some really powerful shots. Roxanne has a bazooka on her back with 2 small submachine guns. And Dan here has another it's a rocket launcher. Yeah, and 2 rifles along with some shoulder-mounted missiles. If you go to see my arsenal here, you'll see that I actually have a healing unit on the back so we can play together cooperatively. I also have what's kind of like a shock cannon on my left hand here, which is going to be great for this boss that we're going to fight coming up. I also have some really big boosters, so I'm going to be playing really fast.
Alexa,
so what I'm going to do now,
set a timer for 12 minutes.
Panel, I am actually I already showed you what I'm going to do, so I'm just going to ready up. You guys ready? So we hold on the plus button. And what we're going to do is the first mission is overthrow the gun fort, Alpha. For those who have played the prototype missions demo,
there we go. I was like, what am I trying to do right now? Oh, relax.
And it should be good.
Be madness.
Yeah, one thing that was really great is Mission Security gave me the advice of using this particular energy weapon that will shock this boss and make him stand still for a moment. Because what you'll see is this boss is very mobile. So there's a lot of cool tactics coming into play, and that's kind of like overall what we're trying to do here. Right.
This is a game that I thought was a Gundam game.
Don't get knocked out of the boundary.
Yeah, that is really dangerous because he actually can project you out close to the boundary and then punch you off.
All right, so I'm gonna go underneath this guy right here. I'm gonna start shocking immediately. Those little pink spots, there we go, are weak points. So now I'm just going to focus on trying to blow them up.
今こう敵をしびれさせたりとかして戦っているので、こうしびれるとこう動けなくなるので、この瞬間でみんなでこう攻撃するチャンスが生まれる。
Yeah, like you guys were doing, once you're able to actually stun the enemy, that's your opportunity for all of you to just gang up on him.
Alright. Okay. Oh, wow, he's already firing his rifle. Alright, so I'm going to move in and try to shoot these weak points right here.
あとこう誰かが倒れたとしても、このゲームはこうみんなでこう生き返らせることができるので、好きなように戦ってもらえれば楽しく遊べると思います。
And another point to keep in mind is that if any of you fall in battle, anybody else can come and reboot the unit. So you don't have to worry too much about it, and you'll be able to have fun playing together as a team.
ただ4人死なないようにっていう。
So you just gotta make sure you don't get wiped out completely.
We'll take that as advisement.
That is very good advice.
Alright, so shocking got him. Switching over.
あと今こうミラージュっていうこう分身する技を使ってるんですけど、これをマルチで使うと最大自分たち4人とミラージュ4体で全部で8っていうことになります。
So earlier, Demetrius used a skill called Mirage. If actually you use that, if everybody uses that in a 4-player match, that puts 8 ally units on the screen at the same time.
Look out for the beam. He's gonna have that barrier come up, guys. Look out. Oh, ouch. Alright, I'm just gonna wait down here for a second. I'm gonna reload. See if I can send my Mirage that says kind of be able to go inside and start attacking. There you go, you see him over there. Alright, gonna get back in.
今のことはすごい上手ですよね。こうバリアが解ける瞬間使ってるので、その後すぐ攻撃に移れるタイミングで使ってるっていう感じです。
So that was really good timing on Dimitri's part to activate the Mirage just as the barrier was going down when you're able to attack.
Alright guys, if you can help me focus on the gun, it's going to have weak points that pop up. And if we take these weak points off, we can actually blow this gun off of him. Or it, I should say. There's one. There's 3 more on this side. Oh, barrier. Look out. Woo, there we go.
I need to
Finish it
move
off.
this
Very good. No more of
because
that. It's shocked pretty well, so I'm going to go back down.
That's Jonestown on the bottom here.
There we go.
これもうみんなが上手ですよ。
You guys are all very, very good.
Thank you. Alright, its knees are also weak points, guys. I've opened up the 2 of them. Yeah!
Nicely done.
Teamwork, teamwork. That was probably the fastest way we've ever done.
I think so.
I'm proud of all of us.
Yeah.
Thanks, Captain Demetrius. To celebrate, I think I'm gonna jump out of my arsenal.
I think that tip to use the Mirage is a good one too.
Yeah.
チームワークがいいともうどんどん速くなっていくので、逆にこうスタッフとかもみんなこう遊んでてもうなんか速くなっていくのか今降りましたよね。
So yeah, when you're working as a team, the better you work as a team, the faster you can beat the boss. So as a
this is kind of cool. I wonder if there's options to play and beat it by yourself.
You just jumped out of your arsenal.
I just wanted to join my companions here. They hopped out.
The celebratory shots.
While we got this mission complete screen, with Mr. Scoot, I'd like to kind of go over this percentage that I'm getting, like this little blueprint area, the collectibles that we get.
あそこは敵のボスを倒すとこう開発のものが手に入るんですけど、それを続けていくと敵の解析が進んで、ボスの武器が作れるということになります。
So sometimes when you defeat a boss, you can get blueprints from them, and as you collect blueprint points, you can further develop and further analyze the boss's weapon, and to the point where you're able to recreate it for your own use.
Yes, very, very cool stuff.
さっきこうみんながこう犬と遊んでたと思うんですけど、あれは体験版の時見なくて、スタッフがどうしても入れたいっていうところで、なんかこのハンガーのアイドルを作りたいみたいな感じで、楽しいのでいいんじゃないかっていう話でこう作ってます。
So before we move on, I wanted to point out that you might have noticed there is a dog in the hangar area.
You can pet it?
Not present in the demo version, and we kind of wanted to create some kind of a focal point, an idol for the hangar area, and you guys can now hang out with the dog now. And we decided to add it in.
He's super popular. He's the main star of this game.
No, for real. You know how people are with their pooches.
あと今さっき妹の動きとか皆さんがやってくれてたと思うんですけど、あそこもこうスタッフが楽しんでどんどん増やしてくれていて、なんか楽しく作っていました。
So initially the dog's just gonna sit there, but as you engage with it, it starts to follow you around. And also just having fun as a development team. I think you were kind of
Steal the
as
dog.
Oh, me too.
Aww.
Some of the characters.
That's so freaking cute.
And, as we were moving forward in development, we started to add more and more emotes to it. Just having a lot of fun making this game.
Yeah, they're funny.
Okay, one more thing. So now we switched over to another mission called the 5 Hells. We're going to actually take on a group of arsenals.
Joker.
Now, before we do that, the one thing we haven't really got a chance yet to discuss is the customization of your outers or your characters.
Yeah, we lightly touched on it yesterday.
Yeah. So what you're going to see here is we all customize our characters a different way. I had to represent my baldness in the best way I possibly could, and I think this game lets me do that. You'll see that we all really try to use our
Please
own
go through all of the
features. On top of
features.
that, there's body modification. We kind of showed that before in the demo. What I'm going to do now is actually go into the lab.
Yes. You know
I'm going to
what?
show kind of like what I have done, just a little bit.
Just
I don't want to get too much of it.
let's just hit that real quick.
You can see now that I've actually modified my arm and my legs and my eyes to give me additional abilities. If I actually tap this screen in here, you'll see I can increase my reload speed by 10%. I have increased mobility, better stamina, and reduced landing time recovery. And this is all from modifying. So if I actually went down, for example, to the upper body here, you'll see that there's a lot of different things I can do. I can add like a blade to my arm.
I was more so interested in the hairstyles and stuff like that. Like I think this portion is cool too.
This way, you don't have to modify at all. In fact, I believe Mr. Scooter has a preference on his type of modification.
さんの人体改造に関してはどう思います？
僕はしないんですよ、これ。
Actually, I actually don't do body modifications at all.
Pure.
こうやると強くなれるし、あと昨日の動画とかの中にもあるんですけど、こう瞬間移動的に動けるようになるであるとか、こうタッチなんですけど、連続でこうコンボを決めれるみたいになっていくんですけど、僕はこう一番素の状態でもちゃんとクリアできたりとか遊べるっていうので、作っているので、こうやらずに楽しんで遊ぶ。
So as you saw earlier in the previous segment, there are body modifications that let you, for example, travel really quickly, like you're warping around, or let you do combo attacks together.
I wonder if people get nervous about like speaking or interpreting, like they're just gonna forget how to interpret or something.
Such that even if you don't do any body modifications, you can play the game just fine. So I like to keep it without any body modifications.
Hey, Teresa, can you ready up quick?
Oh yeah.
That makes sense to me. I need to modify to get my skills right. Hopefully one day I can get there and I can play without that. But it's really cool though too, and there's many different options, and it's really neat, especially that the way you modify your body is different every time, which is super cool.
But it also allows the player to show their personality through their arsenal, through their character.
Lots of customization.
I just like to make my character look as weird as possible.
And you can even customize like your UI, for example, too. There's just so much customization in this game. Okay, so now what you're going to see here, rather than fighting a boss, we're going to fight 3 really tough arsenals. I think we're going to start focusing on one, which is going to be Knight, if we can find him. Do you guys, either of you guys see Knight? Anybody see Knight?
I have seen him. They're all bunched together. Hold on.
Yeah.
ここは今言われてるナイトっていうキャラクターを、先に倒した方が仲間も回復するし、こうスナイパーでスナイプでこう遠距離からすごい攻撃するんで、あれを倒すと勝ちやすくなります。
So as Demetrius mentioned, taking out Knight is probably your best idea at the moment because Knight has the ability to heal his allies as well as do long distance range attacks with his sniper rifle. So I think defeating him now will make the battle a lot easier in the end.
あとはこう4対3になってるんで今回はやっぱりこう1体をこう集中して攻撃していくと勝ちやすいと思います。
And because the battle is set up so that you have 4 on your team while the other team has 3, it makes focusing all of your attacks on one enemy at a time will help you, aid you in battle.
今ちょうどこうミラージュとかも使いつつ、8対1みたいな感じでやってる。
This looks really cool.
Yeah, I mean,
This is kind of like,
pretty much have all your mirages.
this is pretty cool. I don't know if I'd want to play this on my,
That was ruthless.
like on handheld Switch. I'd probably, you know, Alexa, how much time left on the timer?
みんなで楽しみながらこう勝ちやすくなっていくと思うので、好きな装備をどんどん集めてもらえればと。
All right. No more healing for that.
So playing multiplayer is really getting together and playing together is actually a fun experience. And you can also gather equipment to better build your arsenal.
He dropped his sniper rifle, which was good. I'll come back to that later.
So we're going after Abyss or Heaven this time?
Since we're here, we'll go after Abyss. Is he still saying? Yeah, he's firing at me. All right, now I'm gonna get a little gutsy here.
What?
Alexa,
And I'm
cancel.
going to hop out, throw a couple grenades, and set some traps.
I like this game. I'm gonna write this down. Damon Ex Machina.
Oh, he's just getting smashed.
When does this come out?
Bounced him a couple times.
But I set 2 traps, so if he does come around this area, we can actually get him to go through.
Thanks, Steve.
やっぱり上手ですね。ああやってこう仕掛けておいたりすると、降りるときはこうリスクもあるんですけど。
I'm gonna go get my Shiga Nuggets.
So yeah,
I'm gonna
that's
be right
a
back.
smart move on Demetrius' part. I know there's a lot of risks getting out of your arsenal, but setting up traps like that can really aid you in battle as your
Yes, give me
your
the
enemies.
skills.
やっぱりこう皆さんが上手いので結構早く倒してる。
You guys are so good. I think this is gonna fly by.
We're just having
What if he's like, I think I made my game easy? Too easy.
Where is... Oh, wait, down here. Oh, this heaven.
時々こう緑の玉とか見えてると思うんですけど、あれとかは中に入ってるとこう3で毒なのでだんだんドットダメージみたいなのが入るようになっていて。
This might be too gutsy.
So sometimes you see green kind of balls or areas on the screen. That's actually acid, and you basically perpetually take damage, almost like a poison effect.
Oh, I got him. Shocked him.
nice.
I'll set another one.
I'll just laser him.
Oh, he's so dead.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I think that we got them all, right? Boom.
we did.
Wow, we destroyed this.
Woohoo.
All right, yeah. So no one's a match for us. We should start our own mercy.
Alexa, set a timer for 4 minutes.
Wow, good job, everyone. Sorry, Evan.
Yes, not
Almost
happy.
feel sorry for her.
Ooh, Claymore, yeah.
でもこうやってこう仲間
Didn't have to heal.
同士というかみんなで倒すとこれ今回復してるところですね。ここに入ると仲間も回復できるのでこう回復装備なんかをつけていってもこうみんなとこう楽しめる要素。
So as Demetrius mentioned earlier, he has a healing unit. So in the case you needed to heal, you can help your teammates as well, making teamwork even more important.
あえて優しい人がいるといいですよね。
And it's nice to have someone very kind with them. それに関してお話しいただけます。
はい、そうですね。ちょっとまだ
Sorry about that.
これからなんですけど、このゲームはアップデートをしていくので、発売からそんな遠くない時間で、対戦プレイとかも入れようと思ってます。
So we're still working on it, but not too far in the future after the release of this game. We'll continue to update this game, and one of those features will be a competitive multiplayer mode.
で結構そこもちょっとずつ作ってはいるんですけど、まずはこうストーリーモードとかでとにかく一人で皆さんまずはゲームを楽しんでいただいて、その後協力プレイで友達同士とかでさっきみたいなこうタイムアタックどんどん
I was like, why is it 2?
なっていくの楽しいと思うので、まずそれをやっていただきたいと思います。
So as I said, we're still working on it. So in the meantime, I hope players will definitely play the story mode and engage in the story, as well as like we did today, play multiplayer co-op. And
Oh, good.
while we are hard at
I'm
work.
glad I can play it by myself.
好きな人と嫌いな人も出てくるので、やっぱ勝ち負けが
Now I gotta add friends to my... I have no friends on my Switch, and I had it going on 2 years now. 1 year. This is like my second year with it.
好きな方々が思いっきり楽しんでいただけるようにちょっと調整とかもしていこうと思います。
And so I know that some people don't like competitive play, and so we wanted to make sure that we have the option for people to kind of get together,
Do both.
discuss what kind of equipment and loadout you want, and play together. And then for those who like competitive play, they can definitely engage in that once we release that, and we'll continue to adjust that as well.
で本当にこう発売からそこまで遠くない時期だと思うので、
Keep that up
楽しんでいただ
there.
ければなと。
And I really think that it's not going to be far too out. From
Hey, Chris Prince. This is Damon Ex Machina.
You're on my team, or BT, on my team.
Yes.
I'm on whoever's the best players.
Oh, you're on my team then. Oh. Okay.
I'm on
alright.
Roxy's team.
Oh, okay, Dan.
okay,
Then
yeah.
I'm there.
we got this.
You just got to
We're the best
get me
ones.
set up with a good loadout like you did here. And I'll take it.
All right, Dan, go ahead and take us out of here.
This does look like an interesting game, like,
Dragon Quest
for sure.
11S, Echoes of an Elusive Age, the definitive edition. So
Like a
stay tuned.
shirt. I hope, well, I didn't hear what he just said, so I don't remember, but that Damon Ex Machina seems real cool. Yep, it's brand new. It hasn't even come out yet. Hey. Alexa, cancel. Now we just gotta wait. We saw some Pokemon Sword and Shield gameplay yesterday, and they wasn't trying to show us anything, so I hope they don't come back today. Like, we're also not trying to show you anything. We did learn that Pokemon will chase you down. as like I feel in Let's Go Eevee, like they were kind of just running into you, but not purposely. Sorry, my things are like updating and installing. Yeah, I think it's a cool game. I definitely think it's a game for more seasoned players who can just kind of just go. They replaced the Mega Evolutions with Dynamax or Dynamix. Give me a second. I'm going to go get my, you know what? It can wait. Alexa, set a timer for 2 minutes.
2 minutes, starting now.
Oh, I thought she said sorry. I was like, excuse me? Don't run Streamlabs right now because I'll have a huge conniption. And then I could just upload a timer, but I wouldn't want it to be that background. I have no idea. I was talking about this yesterday and I was like, I'm probably just gonna go with the water one, right? Look, he doesn't know how to take a picture. He's like, I'm just so excited, just take it. My biggest issue right now is I don't know none of the current ones, and they said yesterday they have over 800 species of Pokemon. So I think I'm gonna pick this little Sable, right? Pick this little water guy right here, because usually my go-to is Charmander, right? But I get that there's a fire type, but it's, you know, you're not Charmander though, so like, what's good? So dang, I just lost it. Now I gotta know the name of this thing. 2, 3, 4. This music is like, it's not something I'd have on my playlist, but I'm definitely moving. Yeah, no, like loyalty. You know? Yeah, when I was little, I didn't get to play a lot of Pokemon games, and I always wanted, and like my first Pokemon game that I got. Alexa, cancel. Give me a second. I gotta go get my chicken nuggets for real this time. Okay. Oh, they still haven't come back yet. Uh-oh. Why are you stopping? Why are you stopping? What is this one called? Dropping Hot. That's right. Oh, okay. So,
everyone, welcome back to Nintendo
Oh, she's
Treehouse
back.
Live at E3
No.
I'm Audrey, and I'm here with Teresa and Demetrius, and we're about to take a look at
Oh, okay, we're looking at Dragon Quest
the
now.
Beast of Age Definitive Edition. So let's take it away.
Yeah, so I just kind of want to re-hit that yesterday in the Nintendo Direct, we announced that the hero of the Dragon Quest series is going to be added as a fighter to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
Oh,
super exciting.
check you out.
So the hero that's the hero for Dragon Quest XI's, he will be featured as a selectable fighter in addition to the hero from Dragon Quest VIII, Dragon Quest IV, and Dragon Quest III. So
This is a truly legendary franchise, so it's so great to have it represented.
Yeah,
as Smash Bros.
absolutely.
I've never played Dragon Quest.
For those that haven't played Dragon Quest XI before, this is, and you want to know more about the background story to the hero, this is an awesome game for you to get more of that background. And so I'm actually going to run through a bunch of features that, people that have played the Dragon Quest XI game before.
I play it on
will see
PS4.
Some new content. But, this is also a great starting point for anybody that hasn't picked up a Dragon Quest game in the past. To just really dive in deep, and there's so much content for you to check out. So I'm actually in Warriors Rest In. We're going to start here. And just to kind of give you a preview of what the story is, I am the Luminary.
You play MK, Chris?
I have been dubbed as Darkspawn by the king. Something's awry.
That's not very nice, no.
I mean, I'm supposed to be bringing peace to the land, but instead I'm being hunted by an entire armada. So
It'd be like that.
The harbinger of destruction, and I'm accruing some loyal companions to come along with my journey, along with me in my journey to figure out what's going on, and also more about my past, because I really don't know much about it from the beginning of the game.
Together,
You can add me. I don't really play anybody else because I'm still learning, but I don't have any problem with that.
They had a presence in Dragon Quest XI, but now they have even
And
more.
just send me a message that you added me, like, hey, Chris from Periscope or Twitter, because sometimes I won't add friends.
He's really cute. He's awesome. There is a purpose for you to interact with these, because there are some tacos in the world that you just can't interact with.
Leave squiggly arms behind
He
now.
looks so enamored with you. He's like,
He's cute. I'm enamored with him. So this is my party. I have Silvando, Veronica, and her sister Serena, and we're gonna make our way here. So this is a way for me to call a horse in order to kind of explore the open area a lot faster. But one of the new things to Dragon Quest XI's is
Yeah, show me and see if I want to play.
will allow me to call a Great Saber Cat. So the Great Saber Cat was an enemy that was available in Dragon Quest XI originally, but now I'm actually able to ride it. And there's some weaker enemies that I could actually just knock off and get out.
Go right through him.
So I don't have to actually fight him. And I kind of want to come and show this view. So you can see Silvando's ship there in Horizon. We're actually going to get there a bit soon, but I want to roam around here because he's so glorious. He has his own theme song, and also he has this roar ability that I can actually trigger enemies.
It's the same thing, Junae Benne.
but you decided to troll and run away.
Yeah, exactly. 'Cause I'm like that. I like trolling. Another thing that I want to point out is this little glittery thing. This is a point of interest that I definitely want to interact with them, because I'll find some items that will help me along in my adventure, and I could always use them.
I also like how you can just hop off your ride right there and just get right back on. It's not like you have to summon anything, so that's also really great.
Yeah, and so I also wanted to point out that when I summon the Great Saber Cat, I use this Quick Commands menu. This is also new to the Definitive Edition. So I'm able to kind of pick some very key items in my adventure to immediately call, and I just do that by pressing the plus button.
The pocket Great Saber Cat.
It's very important.
Can I get one?
No, he's mine. No.
Very selfish. No wonder they labeled you Darkspawn.
What?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
I'm kind to my friends.
Dang, this quality is trash.
Happy with me today. All right, so I'm gonna board the Stallion, which is an awesome name for a ship. Again, this is Silvando's ship, so we're going to make our way to Puerto Valor. So the ship is another way for you to navigate across the world of Verdrea. That's the setting for this world. And I kind of want to show the size of this map. It is massive. It's expansive. So right now we're at the kind of like top mid east side, and we're going to make our way through that valley all the way to the sort of bottom left.
Then one thing we want to point out is, as we were walking through, or riding through, you saw the enemies on the screen, but going on the ship, it's a little different.
Yeah,
in the way
that's
that battles encounters. For a perfect example right here.
Yes, that's right. Thanks for pointing out. Yeah, so while you're exploring, the enemies are out in the open, so you can...
Oh, Adventure Time did that. But I've never played Dragon Quest, so I can't be like, this is new. I don't know. Adventure Time did the same thing, and you'd have to fight just like that. I might like this game since it's reminding me of Adventure Time.
The definitive edition, which is ultra fast battle speed. So I'm going to make the battles go a little bit quicker since we're a little bit tight on time, but a lot of content to talk about too.
Puts the monsters in a groove as well.
Yes. And another thing that I want to talk about is tactics. So tactics is one of the incorporations to the traditional turn-based battle system. This allows me to either dictate how I want my party members to act, or I can ask them to just go on autopilot and choose to either like use a balance of offense, defense, more MP, less MP, go on defense, offense, that sort of thing. So right now I'm just gonna control the hero, which I cleverly named 11, and I'm just gonna go into battle.
Eric's gonna go ahead and show no mercy.
Eric is in the background cheering because I brought out Silvando instead. But yeah, I am going, since there's two enemies, I'm actually going to use ability.
Use spell?
Yeah.
There we go. Oh!
Didn't
like that at all. So one thing too you mentioned is that you're now actually moving in 3D space and fighting right there too as well.
Right, and I can actually change that camera to a standard like or traditional RPG mode. So yeah, right now it's a little bit more dynamic. So I can move around the character or the hero as I want to.
Such a beautiful world too.
Right?
The sparkling water, the shines on the scales of the mermen. It's
And the
really
soundtrack
pretty.
is amazing. Oh, speaking of. Glad that you brought that up. Yeah. So one thing that's also new to the definitive edition is symphonic, and you might have already heard that because we've been playing it so far. I kind of just want to switch it back to synthesize so you can hear that change.
That Dragon Quest music just
so
gets you every time. So good.
Yeah.
All right. So
Wow.
All right.
Yep. So let's see how we do in this battle.
All right, casting there. Tactics. So are you just gonna plan to use this character and then have your your casts kind of just do their own thing at the moment? Right?
Yeah, my party, I'm letting them kind of dictate their own battle scheme. I'm just letting them to fight wisely. I'm just gonna dictate how I want to the hero to play. But again, this kind of shows how people can really choose how they want to play this game. There's a lot of depth into it. I'm actually going to switch it back to symphonic because it's such a glorious.
It's nice to have the option though. If you want to just play it old school for a while, switch back to symphonic.
The other thing I want to show is that also new to the definitive edition is the changing the voice language to Japanese. So I'm actually going to go do that now. You could also toggle the protagonist's voice, and some people might have also noticed this whole non-battle music option. I'm actually going to get to that in just a bit, but for now we're just going to keep cruising along here to try to make our way to Puerto Valor. Right here.
Oh, I would have pulled up on shore.
It's so glorious.
It's like as you're sailing across the boat and you have the AC kicking back, I'm just like, on vacation.
Alright, so we're on the coast, and I actually think this is a good spot to talk about a new feature to the definitive edition. There is this setting called outfits. So say that I have specific armor that I really want to use because they're giving me pretty good stats. But there's a specific look that I want to use. I can just change the look, but not have to actually equip it and change my stats.
really cool.
Yeah, exactly. So I can just personalize however I want my guys to look. So
that was snazzy.
I'm actually going to change the look for all of my characters here right now.
And it's so nice to not have to compromise your stats for style.
Yeah. Oh, look at them. They look fabulous. So I'm actually, let's see. Let's move. Ah! No. He just showed up.
It looked great for that
Let's
moment.
move right into a fight.
Yes.
I'm actually going to run away from this one.
Oh, what? No, fight.
But I can't.
Fight no.
No smooches. That's not what I wanted.
They're making
But
kissy
those
faces
big green
at you.
lips,
You can't take
come on.
it. Yeah.
Gosh, darn it. All right.
You'll be okay. You got this.
Did Burbo just comb his hair as an attack? How?
Such a great character.
How, sis? How are we doing this?
There we go.
There we go.
So good.
And now also they're going to hear the Japanese audio.
Yes, exactly. Okay, let's move over here. I'm going to bring up the quick commands again and activate photo mode. This was a feature that was available previously in the original Dragon Quest XI game, but I want to highlight this moment because of all of these glorious costumes. So I'm actually going to have them look this way.
Oh.
Thank you guys. Thumbs up. Excellent. Let's take a photo. Yes. Oh wait, I didn't get.
Yeah, I'm like, you didn't get everybody.
There. I'll keep that one. Alrighty, let's move along up to the shore and see what other sightings we have.
Okay, then we're making our way. All right.
Oh,
You sure don't want to fight those enemies?
there was something I did want to mention. I forgot. So the birding outfit, which the hero's wearing right now, this is actually going to be available in a DLC bundle. And the cool thing about this outfit in particular is that option that I said I was going to talk, which is
The non-battle music.
this outfit will open this option for you to switch the non-battle music to Dragon Quest VIII. So I'm going to actually turn that on so fans can actually listen to it, but it is pretty magical for Dragon Quest.
Good.
Oh, so it's less intense.
All right, and then we're looking for a particular enemy.
Yeah, so these are slime knights, but there's a specific slime knight that I'm looking for.
Thanks for the sub.
Sorry, you guys.
Been to already.
Yeah, so some enemies, they don't go
That was really funny.
No! You, why would you do that?
You coward.
Seriously. So anyway,
Counter-shy.
what I was going to say is that some enemies are
Right, stop interrupting her. Y'all trying to have fun and she trying to get through so people don't be like, boo, you suck. You didn't explain everything to us. Relax.
Unfortunately, they are super
Fled the
cowardly
scene.
today, and they fled the scene, and I really, really wanted to show them. So I'm actually gonna, let's see.
I see some
Oh,
more.
I see one. Is this one?
Maybe.
Not shiny.
No, I don't want you.
Of course, he's not a coward.
Go away. Oh.
Yeah, there we go.
I'm just going straight for it. Because I don't want him to run away.
Oh,
All
we have
right.
some additional folks here, so, okay.
Yep. So, Dee, as you had mentioned, I am able to dictate every single party member. I can also move them around. I really don't want to right now.
But no, it's cool to have that option. Dang. Goodbye. Oh, that's why they were running away. They're getting one shot.
Ah,
Oh, nice heal,
thank
though.
you, Serena.
All right. So there's
Yes,
all
it is
different
hot.
kinds, too. So
Ever since I played Final Fantasy VII on PlayStation, and I'm talking about a couple months ago, not a couple years ago, because that's the first time I played it, I have like a deeper understanding and respect for JRPGs. I think my only dislike was that every time I would walk, I would have to face an enemy like every couple steps. I'm like, this is frustrating.
The character builder. So, Dee, as you had mentioned that when you battle, you get XP, and then those points you can actually put into each character's like.
They're going to be on Smash, yeah.
How you
This is
want
why I
that.
keep
So,
this one open,
I actually need
because
some work here because I hadn't put these in. But,
sometimes my
this is I'm
won't
increasing
catch
tab, which is
the
something
it
that
won't
I
catch
thought
the
was very key in battle.
messages.
As you keep battling, the characters will get pepped up, and what pepped up does is that there'll be this blue aura around them, and it will increase their attack and defense. if multiple party members in my team are pepped up, I can execute some gnarly combo moves. And it does vary depending on which team members I have in my party.
But they're really cool to see. Definitely.
Oh, they're so cool to see. I really like them. So
let's get on this fly
More
ride.
importantly.
So this is so Slime Knight again was an enemy that was available in Dragon Quest XI,
Okay.
but now he's also a ride, and I look absolutely silly but awesome.
That's so funny.
Hanging on for dear life.
Yeah, and so I could also like take out, similar to the Great Saber Cat, I could also take out some leeches
Yeah.
by just swinging my sword at them.
It's
But
the boss, right? Or the main.
I'm gonna trigger a battle.
The main.
Slash at them. So we're gonna
bounce away.
Bounce away.
Whoever, yeah, they're gonna be a Smash and a playable character, right? I don't know nothing about no Dragon Quest.
Yeah.
I'm just like, let me wait my turn.
Like already reading all these things, just paying attention too much to these little tips.
Oh
really
yeah,
so deep.
absolutely. The game itself is already expanded. But now with the added content,
I don't have any friends on Switch. You can't add me on Switch because I don't have any friends on Switch. And I'm keeping it that way.
It's an RPG lover's
Yeah, I'm
dream.
looking
It really
forward
is.
to trying different
I'm keeping it that way.
I've seen
I don't want anybody's code. I'm not sending out my code.
what's also really cool about
It's
this
a
game
wrap.
is that the worlds are just so the world is enormous. The cities are gorgeous, super detailed. I spent a lot of hours just exploring and interacting with all the characters just to see like what's going on. Another cool thing that I want to show before we keep moving on to is I'm going to open the quick commands, and some players might have noticed the fun size forge for those that have played Dragon Quest XI before. Now you can call it whenever you want to and not just at a campsite. So whenever you want to craft an item, you can do it. Just summon up the quick
That's
commands.
pretty
That's
sweet.
cool. I know. It's fun size.
Yeah.
Just pull it out. So the cool thing about forging your own weapons is that you can keep recrafting it if you don't get the right stats that you want. You could also kind of see like how it ends up changing specific characters. So I'm actually gonna try to build a shield. Yeah, I'm actually gonna build a shield for Serena. Yes. And if I don't have the items in order to craft that weapon, I could always, I can buy those items. And the cool thing about the fun size forge is it plays like a mini game where I want to keep bashing it until I hit the green area, and I definitely want, if I hit it right where that little edge is, I get perfect stats. So I want to try to aim for that.
I am gonna get Marvel though. MUA3.
That's good. All right, so that I got 2. Let's see.
Almost there.
Yeah.
We're watching with bated
Are you gonna
breath.
finish
I know,
there?
right? No, I think I'm gonna keep it this way because otherwise I'm gonna
go
press my
over.
luck, and I just don't. I don't wanna. I'm feeling lucky, but not that
Go
lucky.
for
You'll
it.
be grateful, I'm
Yeah.
sure.
New shield. Yet. Alright, perfect.
Success. Nice. So as you saw, like this scale shield +2, I was able to craft that. Usually at stores you wouldn't be able to get those improved stats, so that's why it's definitely awesome to craft your own
Maybe
gear
I
and
can
weapons.
use.
The other thing too is every time that you craft something, you get these professional.
Just talking about Marvel. I'm talking about Marvel while they're doing this Dragon Quest.
An item that you just didn't get those stats that you wanted, so you could just do it again.
Excellent.
So yeah, as I had mentioned, I was going to equip Serena, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that.
Oh, she didn't even have a shield.
Yeah, now she does.
Poor girl. Alright, now we keep making our way. We're gonna go over here.
So we're gonna go ahead and enter the church. And the church and campsites are safe areas where players won't get attacked, but the also places where you'll save your game. But the other cool thing that I want to show here is switching to 2D mode. So you can't automatically switch to 2D mode. You have to go to these safe areas. But the other thing about switching between displays and 2D mode is new to the Definitive Edition.
I wonder if I save.
It will start you at a chapter in the game, so not quite like a seamless one-to-one transition where you'll just pick up where you left off.
Correct.
So I'm go ahead and change right now. And so you'll see here that I actually had save files for one for 2D, one for 3D, so then I just don't mess around with my progress. I'm actually gonna, just for the sake of time, I'm gonna switch over to another prepped up system. And
there we go.
We picked a specific save file to go back to Warriors Rustin. So this is what 2D mode looks like.
It's glorious.
It's like a completely different experience to the game.
Yeah, for fans who've been playing this series for a long time, this is really special to be able to see these beautiful sprite graphics and experience this.
Yeah, so here's the taco again. He's just chilling by the fire because I guess it's a little bit cold. So we're going to walk out, and I just kind of want to show this world of how expansive it is, how you can collect items as well, a little sparkly shine, and I want to see if I can encounter an enemy here. So the thing, right? So in the 3D mode, again, encounters, you can actually see them, but when you switch to 2D mode, it goes back to the traditional gameplay style of it being completely like random encounters.
Yeah, this gives me flashbacks to this playing as a kid.
Oh no.
Even just these menus.
I knew CD Projekt Red. Whatever. I don't even want to talk about it.
Okay. Oh, yeah, you definitely.
These Hocus Chimeras. All right.
Annihilating them.
So I could
Show more Nessa gameplay.
time again. I'm gonna actually zoom to Photo Valor rather than take Sylvando's glorious ship.
Little sound effects.
It's an awesome ability. Actually, the zoom ability is also in Super Smash Bros.
I was just gonna say that. Yeah. All right, moving on to the next part.
I love those nods. So look at how Purta Valor looks so different in 2D. Like it's so cool.
It's fantastic sprite work. You can see all the different colors as
Yeah,
well.
really
that really make
beautiful.
it pop.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, let's just go into the casino. Why not?
Feeling lucky, aren't you?
It's like there's all it's hopping in here.
Yeah.
No pun.
No pun intended.
I said it was hopping in here, but there's no pun. So
Well
I could
That was my job, I thought.
sorry. Dude. You know what? I'm not feeling incredibly lucky. I'm just gonna explore the town a little bit more and
You
see.
just wanted to make the hopping joke.
I know. No.
I mean, I ain't mad.
No one's mad.
That's cute.
Oh gosh darn it. All right. So another really cool thing about 2D mode that I actually want to really show fans out there.
We're gonna go show the other part.
Yeah, we do. So I'm actually going to stop here and switch over to another system to show. So we talked about the tacos. There is a purpose why they are in
Did you
the
say
world.
tacos?
Be adorable.
Oh.
Yes. The other reason is that they are the way for you to travel to past DQ worlds. In the 3DS version of this game that only released in Japan, there was a Street Pass dungeon that you would play as tacos, and then at the end you would get the scroll that would unlock a past DQ world. That system has been reimagined by Square Enix to incorporate the tacos more into the world. And so as you progress through the story, you'll interact with them and they'll give you a password. It's a playoff password. It's really clever. And so that password will give you a chapter of a world. So for example, the Altar of Origins is actually Dragon Quest 1. And when I get a password,
Oh my goodness. Is this why they got so much stuff? Because everything is super detailed.
In the town of Tickington, which is the home of the Tockles. And they love playing pranks on humans because nobody can see them, but me being the Luminary, I can see and interact with them. And they love playing with time as well.
I love that old one right there.
Oh yeah, with the little cane and beard. Yeah, he's really cute. So in this echo chamber, all of these altars are past Dragon Quest world. So I interacted with one, but if you go counter or clockwise, yeah, sorry.
Dang. Let her live.
I'm gonna interact with the altar of the Cursed King, which is Dragon Quest 8. And I'm actually going to go to Truding Castle to go scope out what's happening over there.
This is where it gets real.
Yeah. The cool thing that I want to talk about with these worlds is not only do you get to see previews of past Dragon Quest worlds, they're all reimagined in 2D specifically for the Definitive Edition. And they have added content, so they have extra quests for you to go interact with and get items so you can use in your adventure. And it's super, super handy. It gives you that extra content for you to preview through. And so, because the toggles will appear at different points during your progress in the story, some of these quests or worlds that you're interacting with, they can be pretty hard.
I was just about to say, this is where it gets a bit of challenge.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So this is actually a little bit towards later in the game, so it's a lot more challenging. But as you can see, I will get a Shamshir Blade, a reward, so super, super...
Oh my gosh, look at these beautiful sprite graphics. They're just so lovely. They really immerse you in this old school retro-styled world.
And the music. Okay, so I brought Eric back to my party because I love Eric just as much as you. And I know I feel like.
Oh no, Coles is closing.
Let's just play it by ear. Go to sleep. No.
Yeah, take a little nap.
They got one of them.
Oh.
Okay. All right, there we go. We got one down.
This guy is like.
Nice dodge though. So you didn't take that much damage.
Oh no.
No.
Serena, help please.
So everyone right there was hit with multiple status effects. So it looks like we're still okay on health. So we're just gonna keep going through it.
Rest your luck.
I'm gonna pow through this. Let's see. I'm gonna go boom.
That's the strategy. Just keep at it.
Just throw magic at them.
Okay, 69 points, 75 points.
Got this.
Oh, come on.
Swish.
Go down.
Oh,
I need to figure out why we're stuck in perpetual daylight because of it's stuck in perpetual daylight. The quest said that the person has asked me to figure out what's going on because without nighttime they can't use their magic to cure the world of what's happening. So I need to get there, but I'm not.
You got this.
yeah, we believe.
But this is just to show like how challenging like some of these battles can get. So you definitely
okay, there we go.
Oh, yeah.
Down.
Oh yes.
You
So
did it.
You definitely want to be prepared with all the armor and gear before you tackle some of this because look at the amount of experience points that
Your
just-
gold. So much gold.
That was just a regular fight.
Yeah.
Right. Imagine what the boss fight is gonna be.
Nope. We're gonna imagine what the next fight's gonna be.
All right.
Beat them.
These guys. Okay.
Sticking their tongue out at you. You can't let that fly.
Sassy. Everybody's sassy with me today. What is up with that? Should be tables reversed here.
They're all following these
Oh
examples.
my gosh.
Yeah.
My hero's not looking too good. I'm hoping Serena will. No.
Did you
Serena,
flinch
please.
too? So you skipped a turn. It looks like.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, so that's the thing too that we didn't get a chance to see it, but when you're in ultra fast and in 3D visuals and you have these ailments, there's like a specific one that will cause the characters to dance. They're like jamming in the middle of the fight. It's really funny to watch, but yeah.
Oh. Eric.
Okay.
Go.
Eric saved the day, man.
Can you heal 11 before the next battle?
Absolutely.
It's making me nervous.
We're nervous.
Alright, I'll heal myself.
Okay.
You have a ton of MP left. You still have 206. so
No, I
you're
want to save it.
Undo.
Teresa's an MP hoarder.
You got plenty.
Ooh.
Oh god,
this
these guys
could be
look,
hard.
yeah, these guys are looking really, really hard.
I do remember the guys with the claws actually being really tough from what we were saying, so this could be a challenge. So 64 points, boom. Veronica's coming in with these like really great spell casts, so.
Okay, one down.
Nice.
One down.
Nice.
Oh.
I take it all back.
Oh, quick
Veronica,
work.
Veronica and her
That was well
MVP.
done.
Yes.
That was 5,000 experience?
Smart
5,000
girl.
experience?
I love the anticipation of these old Dragon Quest games where you never know when an enemy's gonna pop up and attack you.
It's my heart.
Alright, so I practiced this since I knew exactly what the routing was, the ideal routing. So this is the dude that's actually causing perpetual daylight. So in order for me to bring back nighttime, I have to defeat the mighty hero.
The self-named mighty.
Yeah, right?
Say it self-named, sure.
Yeah. You are no match for the mighty Dale.
Oh, man.
So he's gnarly, and I actually don't want
He's
to
gnarly.
So we're actually gonna cut right here. Yes, I
Save
am.
that for players.
You're
playing
slime
that
knighting
cliffhanger.
away right now. I'm just gonna put that out there.
It's fine.
But yeah, this game is awesome, and there's so much content here, and it's coming out September 27, I believe, that we announced. So yeah, I can't wait for everyone, newcomers, Dragon Quest fans, and also Smash players that haven't played this game. You know, it's a fun game.
This is the perfect time to jump into this
yeah,
legendary franchise.
Exactly, especially because this is the definitive edition. So yeah.
Cool. Well, thank you so much, Teresa, Demetrius.
Yeah,
that was
definitely.
Dragon Quest XI's Echoes of an Elusive Age, the definitive edition. And next up, we're going to take a look at Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3: The Black Order. So stick around.
Yes! This is the ish I've been waiting for. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, give it to me. Yep. Give me all of that. Yeah. 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 I like that. That's nice.
This may not be a battle we can win.
Whatever's happening, we can beat it. Keep fighting.
Jump in anytime now, darlings. They will pay for what they've done in blood. All hope is fleeting in the face of Thanos.
Man. Sometimes you just gotta wait for the good parts. I think this is a... Luigi Mansion seems cool. I never played any of the... I never had a lot of Nintendo products, so... I wonder if they got Mario this year. I wonder if he goes every year or if it's just different people. Phew.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to Nintendo.
Yes, yes.
2019. I am Demetrius, and I'm joined here by Audrey, Dan, and two very special guests here from Marvel Games. We have Mike and Peter.
Hey there. Hey, what's up?
Hey.
How do I get a shirt?
Ultimate Alliance 3, the Black Order. Awesome stuff. All right, Dan, why don't you go ahead and take us away?
Yeah, well, we've seen some of the storyline in the game, and I've heard this described as kind of an action RPG. And we saw some of the action when we played through the segment yesterday. And what we're going to talk about today is the RPG element.
Yeah.
It adds the depth to the game. Talk about how we build
This is good.
and make them more powerful and work together better. So we're going to just jump right into it and take a look at a team that we've kind of set up to illustrate a few points here.
Pretty cool X-Men team here.
Yeah, you might see a few different characters than we used yesterday. And we'll just go right into their stat sheet here. And this just has a ton of information on it. I mean, you can already see there's a ton going on here. You've got your kind of attributes in the upper right-hand corner there, the special abilities on the left-hand side, and the isolate. So why don't you kind of tell us a little bit about the thought behind the character sheet here?
Sure, yeah. I mean, Ultimate Alliance is all about, all your favorite characters in the Marvel Universe coming together, creating a dream team, and going on an adventure across the Marvel Universe. So you can both customize individual characters and your team. So when we're looking at individual characters here, as you pointed out, wow, Psylocke is super cool. You can see on the left side, each
She's kind of doing that thing though, where she's like pushing out her stomach.
As you level up through the game, you will unlock new abilities for each character. Then each of those abilities actually could be leveled up. You can see he's got a slice and dice, he's got an eat lead, he's got a make it rain ability. Oh yeah, here's the ability sheet. So each of these have different effects in game. Some of them do higher damage, some of them do stun damage, some of them cost more or less energy. There you go, you're using some ability orbs to power up the individual skills. Yep. So as your character increases in level, of course they'll increase in power and vitality and energy, but you'll also unlock these skills that you can choose to level up however you'd like. In addition to the individual superpower abilities, you can actually equip ISO 8s, which you see in the bottom right corner there, which actually allows you, you're using an XP cube. So, quick side tangent, there's so many characters in this game, it'll have the largest roster of any game in the series ever. If you unlock your character later in the game, your character may be lower level than your main team.
That's the problem.
A way for you to catch that character up and sort of power.
Yes, tell me.
Some of the you'll find in the game are these XP cubes, and they give you instant experience, just like you did right there. So they're small. There's larger ones. There's cosmic ones.
And then I just used them.
Got Deadpool free level. So
whatever character.
That allows you a way to sort of throttle the level of all your individual characters to keep your team somewhat similar.
Nice.
Level. Team here with a level 50 Magneto, a 30 Wolverine, a 48 Psylocke, and a 26 Deadpool.
Yeah, and also because you get abilities they unlock as you level up the character. Yep. It's a quick way for you to unlock abilities if that's what you want to do with the character, right?
So here we are on the ISO 8 screen. So quick tangent about what is ISO 8. So ISO 8 is this mysterious isotope 8 that S.H.I.E.L.D. found that is a strange mysterious byproduct of the creation of the universe and somewhat related to the Infinity Stones, right?
It's really cool stuff.
Yeah, it's cool stuff. So you'll find these later in the game, and they have abilities and effects that will augment your superpowers, give you new powers sometimes, or enhance your existing superpowers. So in this case, we're getting, here's a great one. Yeah, so Magneto's got to cast a lot of sort of magnetism abilities, right? So he can get interrupted, he can get hit. So this kind of gives him armor, this green ISO 8 that gives him resistance to being interrupted while attacked, right?
Right. And then we've got Wolverine.
Yep, we got Wolverine. You added a shock ability to his claw.
Something else too. How about a resilience? But yeah, the shock ability.
So you could say, hey, normally he just has adamantium claws, or maybe Gamora sword. You can add, a a shock ability or a fire ability or an
That's
ice
pretty
ability.
interesting.
That's kind of like adding powers to characters. So at the end game, this really lets you sort of fine tune your characters. Exactly
Wow,
how
it's
you want,
pouring.
and optimize for more damage output or optimize for more defense or synergy with your other teammates.
Right, that's the other reason why we set up this team this way with all the X-Men, just to show the team bonus up there in the upper right. And if you have characters that work together traditionally in the movies, comics, or animated shows, they get that synergy bonus, and that gives us.
That's pretty cool.
What you can really optimize.
So I can't pick all Yeah, I can. Spider-Man, Venom, Spider-Gwen.
As you unlock characters, all the different team bonuses you can get, and so this is from previous Ultimate Alliance games. If you had more characters from the Avengers or X-Men or something like that, you would get a bonus. But what Team Ninja's done here is they've actually kind of made it more robust in the sense that you don't need all 4 characters to get the bonus. You can have 2 characters from the X-Men to get an X-Men bonus, and 2 characters from the Avengers to get the Avengers bonus. You can stack. So you can see that there are different sort of levels of the bonus. If you have 2 characters from that group, 3 characters from that group, 4 characters from that group.
And it also affects different stats too. You can see some of the teams are good with resistance, some give you extra energy and things like that.
Absolutely. So yeah, if you go back to the other screen, you can see how many team bonuses we're stacking.
Yeah, like at the top of the screen there, by Choose Your Heroes, we got 17% strength and 6% vitality.
Oh yeah, we're really maxing out on strength and vitality. Yeah, if you hit that Alt button real quick, you can actually see a quick reference of, okay, we're getting X-Men bonuses, we're getting anti-hero bonuses, X-Force bonus, because Deadpool and Psylocke and Wolverine were all X-Force at one time.
Martial arts is in there.
Yep. And so you can, this is
That's really cool.
Customize your team and optimize for how you want to play.
Yeah. Well, everybody has their favorite heroes, so I think we should kind of jump in and maybe swap out some of these heroes, pick some of our
35. Yesterday I counted 24 because I wasn't paying attention.
And we should probably stick with Wolverine.
35.
He's my favorite. I'm going to stick with Wolverine.
I'm going to go after Elsa.
Oh, yeah. Well, we just announced her yesterday, right? Yeah.
She's a monster hunter, right?
Well, how did she play? Like, what did she do?
So Elsa Bloodstone. Awesome.
That's the wrong Monster Hunter that I was thinking of. Because the actual Monster Hunter from Monster Hunter, the girl was in MVCI. So that's who I thought we were talking about.
Choose Cap.
All right. Good choice.
Press A one more time. Cap. Press A.
There
you go. All right.
Okay, so now we're getting some new bonuses that we walked into the team.
You can see, we sort of lost some of our bonuses, but I think there's some ways to make up for that with some other ways to enhance your characters.
Yep.
So to show that, we'll go into the lab.
Yeah. So if that wasn't enough RPG customization, we have, well, real quick, on the Manage ISO 8, as you get more and more ISO 8, you'll get some lower grade stuff. You can actually combine them, break them down, and customize your ISO 8 to go even deeper on that system. But we're not going to go into that. We're going to go Alliance Enhancement. Where we can add bonuses to our entire team.
Yeah. So here we can see these different nodes. As you unlock them, you'll get a different buff for your team. So if our team needs more defense, we can go in here and unlock these nodes and give ourselves like
ability tree nodes.
There are a lot of these. You can see
wow.
the different grids.
This is almost too many options. Like it's almost making me uncomfortable.
Your team's going to be really powerful.
Yeah, and this extends to your entire roster.
Right.
So yeah. So even if you switch your teams and they have different synergies, you'll still get these.
Yeah, all of your characters get these benefits.
I'm just going to randomly unlock a few because I mean, how can that be bad?
Yeah, you got tons of enhancement points there. So somebody's been playing.
Yeah, yeah. And so, where do all these items and things come from, and what's the best way to level up your characters? What we're going to look at here are these Infinity Trials. These are kind of side missions we kind of hinted at in the first segment. There was sort of a Infinity Rift off to the side that we could go through to get here. But once you've unlocked them, you can go to this map and see them and unlock them. Not only can you level up your characters and get the items that you need, but you can also unlock outfits and other characters too. Yep. And the other cool thing about these is there's kind of different parameters in some of them. Isn't that right?
Yeah. So when you play in these trials, there'll be different parameters such as time related, or sometimes your abilities do more damage or your synergies do more damage. There's just different ways to complete it. Also, you'll see that in the trials are remixed, right? Suddenly, what you may have experienced in the story mode is different. And you can go into here and
finish in 5 minutes, defeat 60, trial cleared.
Experience cubes. You can also get some alliance, ability spheres. So.
Yeah, and you can see on this one right here, defeat the Kingpin, but extreme attacks deal more damage. All other attacks do reduced damage. So what we want to do in this one, which we are going to try, is to do our watch that extreme gauge, and when that fills up, just light them up with some Alliance extreme attacks.
Yeah, and if we complete it fast, we'll get a higher rank. So let's try to do it as fast as we can.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, some of these are really challenging, especially the way they kind of switch it up, and you'll see something and you'll be like, well, where did that come from? That's not the way it was in the rest of the
you definitely have
story.
to use your brain and strategy to complete these as best as possible.
So how did you kind of decide on which areas to make into these Infinity trials?
Well, all the credit has to go to Team Ninja. So, I mean, Team Ninja building out the campaign, the story of the game, and knowing how the different enemies behave and different character attributes and mixes of enemies are challenging. They went through and said, what are the craziest challenges we can throw at people if we remixed all the parts of the campaign? So you'll see.
Do you just have to push all of them on there?
Solve a little puzzle here.
Let's move them close, but don't put it in just yet.
Yeah, don't put it in.
You'll see different.
Get close. Oh wait, I'll move on.
Red's over here. All right, we're in for it now.
All right. Well, the battle's
Get
begun.
distracted. Okay.
All right, so let's see if we can't just.
This is cool.
All right, I'll provide cover.
Yeah,
let me provide cover while you try to move that Magneto.
This is great though. What we're seeing here is kind of like puzzle elements while also battling. So it's something different that we also showed from yesterday, which was using this for battle. So it's nice to see a change of gameplay as well.
Oh,
we just get right to it.
I'm just gonna ice these guys.
Spare no expense.
All right, so.
Yeah, you gotta finish in 5 minutes.
And this is why you picked Wolverine.
Oh, wait, what happened?
Yeah.
Come on back
We
down.
haven't
You guys
solved it just yet.
haven't moved
The
it.
red one over there. Okay, I'm gonna get it close. Let's try to do it simultaneously.
This puzzle is beneath
Go.
me. Oh, all right. So you can see each time you put a pet
He said, let's do this simultaneously.
But I don't think we have to.
And Buddy was just like, I got it.
Yeah, I will fly above them.
Let's get.
Come on, guys.
I'm trying to get up there. There I am.
There you go.
Magneto doesn't even help. He's like,
There's Cap. Don't worry, they'll bring you up.
yeah.
Oh, my bad.
On the left, right there.
Y'all can't see that stuff.
There we go.
There you go.
Okay,
Teamwork,
hey guys,
teamwork makes the dream work. Right, guys? Let's go.
I love when I say that. People are like, I never heard of that before. I'm like, how?
Persistent though, they are not letting you leave at all.
They're after us. Don't worry about
Really
that.
want to.
Okay, let's go. All right, let's go.
This
I really
area
love
is
this.
really
Oh,
cool.
Just like, this just brings me back to the old Frank Miller Daredevils and things like that.
Yeah, really cool work there.
Really? This is giving me a Kill Bill type of vibe.
That, you know, Team Ninja, DNA and style and action and
Yeah.
visuals that they've really brought to Ultimate Alliance.
I feel like they must have been huge comic fans too, because they just got so
Oh,
many little
yeah.
details. You know, I'm sure you guys gave them a lot of reference, but
Yeah,
some
no,
of it
their
was
entire
just-
team are
all right.
huge. Every time we meet, they're all wearing different Marvel T-shirts.
Nice.
Man, Pete is putting in work.
You know, I gotta clear these guys off for us. Let's go, guys.
He is tearing people in half.
You guys gotta go.
Magneto's tired of it. He's just gonna
I'm
summon-
hoping we're not gonna get an A grade. I'm looking for that F.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna make it, but that's fine.
No,
We're-
it's okay. We got
You got
We're
this.
gonna-
My bad, y'all. I had to upgrade
We're
this.
not gonna beat a speed record this time.
We'll get into the elevator.
There we go.
All right, guys. So remember, Alliance extreme attacks do the most damage. Let's
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, so just watch that. As
This
soon as
guy
that
needs
circle around
healing.
the character Goes, we can do them together, or we can do them separately.
So yeah, so you can see Wolverine has got one ready. Cap's got one ready.
Yeah.
Magneto's just
Let me
gonna
save
stand
that.
there. Oh, so the Kingpin's staggered, so now we can really.
Yeah, but
Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, we gotta get a whole bunch of metal wreckage.
There you go. Now it's my turn. Get him! All this damage. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about.
Stagger meter's almost empty. You got it.
this is so cool. This is almost like taking my breath away.
Yeah.
Take my breath away.
Electricity on the Wolverine's claws doing.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Oh wait, he He's down but not out.
Off the face.
So he's
That was a big fall for him.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
So now,
Who gave him ISO 8?
yeah.
I don't remember equipping him.
Okay, now we gotta do
It's always interesting too, like we said before, like the kind of the comic tiebacks. It's cool to see Kingpin, like, you know, working with the hand and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that Magneto bringing everybody into the game.
Nice. What's the time?
Master of magnetism.
I mean,
They didn't defeat 60 people though.
What was that about?
Oh, we did.
We got the
We finished it
and we cleared all the parameters too.
Yeah.
You know?
Really? You defeated 60?
I say we press our luck. I say we keep going.
Yeah, I think so too. We can do another one.
Let's do a hard. So there's a harder one on here where
Okay.
you can actually unlock Elektra as a playable. I think we've already unlocked Elektra, but we can play it again.
Yeah, let's do it.
But it's going to feature Kingpin again, but we're going to see
Kingpin again.
something very different.
Yeah,
I
it
think
says
on this
something
one.
about powerful allies.
Yeah,
so
this
let's see
time
what that
he's
means.
kind of recruited some firepower. Because you saw how easily we worked
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
I don't know.
Need some teamwork too.
And we only got an A rank on this one I saw on the records there, so we try for S.
Okay, let's go for it.
Y'all asking these people,
Great job.
do you?
All right, Peter, you're gonna have to call the shots. All right.
Yeah.
If we combine our special attacks, we can do synergies, and those do a lot of damage.
Okay.
So, because I mean the battle is very straightforward. So let's just try to combine our attacks.
All right. I think we're gonna do this.
Good luck, guys.
Got this.
Okay, here we go again. Looks like the same thing. Not gonna be. So here's some prisoners from the raft, right, that are mixed in here.
Yeah. So if you saw in the last one, there was nobody else here but Kingpin.
All right. Stagger.
Hua, hua, hua. Hua,
Oh, the rap guy's trying to help.
so that was quick.
Yeah, that was quick. Okay, phase 2. Well, let's see what happens here.
Yeah, because y'all made that look easy again.
Oh, wait.
Uh-oh,
Oh, no.
so now he has
Juggernaut.
Hey, wait a minute. Is that
And
Ronan in the
Ronan.
background?
Yes.
Wait, Ronan
and the Juggernaut
just showed
You
up.
saw us have problems with the Juggernaut in the first season. Who do we go after? Who do we go after first?
I
now
think
it's
we have to take out Kingpin. So he has the least amount of life.
Kingpin's going in on y'all
my
now.
gosh, no, but he's like...
Stop flying. I need to fly.
Stop
my
doing
gosh.
that,
I believe it's time for me to fly. Okay, he's staggered though. We can get him.
Oh, man. There you go.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
Oh no. Alright guys, you gotta...
Oh. No.
Dang. B. Juggernaut, what you doing in the corner? Juggernaut's worrying me.
Okay, I've got to level up. Nice.
Make sure you use your roll and your guard.
Yeah, you've got to dodge a lot in this game.
Yeah,
Oh, now
Magneto needs to
Ronan's
look
You
out.
gotta use your tool.
Ronan's interrupting Magneto.
Oh. Is Magneto down?
Yeah, Magneto. Ronan
down.
came over and just started.
Oh, am I down too?
Oh. No.
Save me, please.
And there's some health orbs over there too for you guys to collect if you see that up there.
Okay, we got
Got
three
you.
revives.
Got you. No, I don't have you. Oh. I tried.
Who's up to you,
Cap, help us.
Cap?
Yeah.
I'm Captain America. I won't let you down. Ah.
Girl, you better save Wolverine.
No, you're our only hope.
Yeah, make sure you roll. Use Elder.
There you go. There you go.
I
Go get
know.
Wolverine. Go get Wolverine real quick.
Wait. He won't leave me alone.
Gee.
You got this. You got this.
Captain about to go down. Oh my gosh.
That's Ronan. Yeah, the purple lightning.
Oh man, this is... now it's their alliance.
I think they have the ultimate alliance this time.
Oh.
Well, we could try it again, I think. We just need to probably concentrate our attacks.
Y'all need a better game plan.
Yeah, we got to use our synergies and concentrate our attacks.
So that went a little bit differently.
Little differently.
That's okay. You can see that these are very challenging.
Yeah, we're gonna save our alliance stream attacks.
Yeah,
For
I
the
mean,
first combo.
we are doing well right now. We do well in the first part. We do really well. Look at that, we clear them really quickly.
Definitely save your attacks for sure. There
Okay.
we go.
All right.
Got him down.
Save your attacks.
So Kingpin,
Buddy
right?
system. Everybody stay with your buddy.
Yeah.
Don't get knocked out.
Buddy up.
All right, now focus on the Kingpin, obviously.
Oh man, he just like.
No, somebody has to get the little guys. So, there's too many of you guys to not try to get the little guys. Sorry, I didn't catch your comment. No, I'm not playing the demo. I'm just watching.
Did you get him? Oh, he's almost there.
Oh man, that
Look out, Kingpin's gonna start swinging that
Yeah.
giant pillar.
Jump, jump.
There you go. Nice dodge. Oh,
All right, we got one. We're about to get one, guys. Yes, we got him. All right, now go after Juggernaut. He's pretty straightforward.
Okay, here you go. You're good.
Oops. Oh man.
Oh.
I need that health. All right, guys.
P, that Superman punch is deadly.
There's a health orb and an energy orb above you, Magneto.
I'm going over there.
You guys,
Get it.
there you go.
All right.
There you go. That's
Oh.
that was a troll by
Yeah, good work.
Okay, you almost got Juggernaut. He's almost there. Oh.
You're not gonna be able to do it unless. I'm so pressed.
I think you got it, right? Yeah, he's up. All right.
All right, we got Alliance Extreme. Yeah, let's get in there.
Yeah, let's do it.
Alan are together. Get it.
Oh yeah, there go all the damage. Let's go.
Yeah, get in there.
Juggernaut's been waiting to get him. He's stunned.
You got this.
Oh,
Good job.
Barely made it.
Nah, we have to
Good job.
Hey, that's still good. That's still good. That's good.
Not
I mean, we did it again, but we can't hit on that at all.
That's awesome. Well, we're out of time for this, but that was a great look at some of the depth behind the game and the character building and the challenging Infinity Trials. So thanks so much,
it was
Mike
great
and
playing
Peter,
with you
for
guys.
coming
Thanks
on
for having us on.
and
Yeah,
helping
thanks
us
a lot.
beat the Kingpin and his buddies.
Good work.
Next up, we're going to look at Astral Chain, including some high-level play from the director, Takahisa Towa.
Yep.
Please stay tuned.
Yep, we got it.
Luigi, scary. How long we gonna see his face? Y'all really showed me Luigi for like over 2 minutes. Why is Megatron trending? Are we back? I hear the music fading out. We're back. We're going live, people. Oh no, we're just changing tracks. Yo, Queen Sugar is back tonight. Yes, boo. Yes. Megatron is trending because Nicki Minaj did a verse or something about. I'm just like,
welcome back
okay.
to Nintendo Treehouse Live at E3 2019. My name is Roxanne, and I am joined by Demetrius, Sam, director Mr. Tara from
Astral Chain! I really wanted to see this.
Gameplay today, a little bit more in-depth into the investigation, battle mechanics, and we'll get to see gameplay of the Astral Chain
All right, yeah. So yesterday we kind of talked about some of the basics mechanics of this game.
That'd be kind of
What
cool.
we really want to do today is show off some more investigation, but more importantly, what it looks like to play some high skill, more advanced mechanics in this game. This game has an incredible amount of depth and some really, really fun advanced combat, which I'm really happy to show everyone today. So right now I'm just hopping on this motorbike to get to this area. We're going to be playing pretty much, I guess we'd say, on File 4, which is like Chapter 4 for everyone at home. Our main investigation is going to be pretty much kind of looking for a certain person, but I'm going to kind of go through a little bit of this area. But while I'm hopping off this bike, why don't we just kind of start with asking Tora-san if he wants to kind of like discuss the city and see what
まずは田原さんにお聞きしたいんですけれども、この都会の風景とかその世界観についてお話しいただけますでしょうか。
そうですね。これがですね、人類が今この星が汚染されていっていて逃げ延びている場所になるんですけれども、その中でも一番発展した都会になります。
So what you're seeing right now is the most lively section of where humankind has run off to after their planet Earth has been polluted, and it's within an artificial structure called the Ark.
今ここはとある女性を探すために出撃して出てきてるんですけども、今お話ししてるキャラクターだったりとか他にもいろんなサブキャラクターによってサイドクエストが遊べるようにもなってます。
And even though the player right now is looking for a mysterious character, mysterious woman, characters like the ones that you see right here will show up on the map and you'll be able to pursue side quests.
He's black.
Okay. Yeah, like right here, I just had a side quest, and in the interest of time, I actually moved on. What I'm going to do actually is move over to this skeptical woman, which what we're going to see here is she's going to actually ask to talk for a second. She has been taking pretty much her
My bad.
over this dumpster because she believes the one that see here, what we actually really found was a gate here. So I'm
I
gonna
gotta
quickly
switch
hop into
this.
And this is going to bring me to like a challenge area where I need to defeat some enemies. Now I'm going to focus and try to do my best to kind of show some cool combat. So I'm going to let Sam here kind of just talk about what I'm going to be doing.
Okay, so he's starting off with a new type of enemy, and there are several different types of enemies in Astral Chain, and you're really going to need to mix up the way you approach them. So right now he's using the Sword Legion, and he just did a finishing move right there. The cool thing about that finishing move is that it will fill his limiter gauge whenever he uses it, so it's really valuable to use those, or to activate those whenever you have the opportunity. He just used the Astral Chain to bind that enemy, and then do a little combo on it, and then do another finishing move. So whenever you see that kind of shine spark, that's going to be a chance for you to do a sync attack. If you press the button right when that spark is shining there, you'll do an auto combo and kind of follow up. And sometimes those shines will appear one after the other, and it feels really satisfying when you nail those sync attacks in a sequence like that.
I'm doing pretty good so far.
Yeah, you're doing all right.
Keep focusing. Now, did I get that other little guy? No, there you are. Where are you going? No, not that guy. This one.
So Demetrius is using a Sword Legion, which is one of the 5 legions that we're actually going to see in action in this segment today. And he did use a special action unique to the Sword Legion, which is the slashing move. He cut the tether binding this Chimera with the other supportive Chimera. So throughout the game, you'll utilize different legions who have different actions, and they'll offer different strategical advantages to match.
Nice.
There we go. I just used a special ability. I was trying to style a little too much. Too fast.
今プレイしていただいてた時に敵にフィニッシュムーブとして敵のコアを引き抜いているようなアクションがあったんですけど、それをうまく重ねていくとレギオンを扱っていられるゲージが回復したりとかするのでよりテンポよく戦っていけるようなシステムになってます。
So what we just saw Demetrius do right now while he was fighting enemies is he had several options to actually pull out the cores of the enemies, and by pulling out the core you can restore your stamina gauge, and also there's other good effects, so it's very good as a player to figure out
what's this Sakura looking thing that says 2802.
Exactly. Now what I'm going to do now, so you saw me just do
yeah, please.
I can't.
Thank you.
I kicked
you
it.
Kicked it.
I'm running too fast.
Okay.
Right. There you go. Come here.
Slow it down.
Stop. Come here. You know, it just won't let me pick it up. You know what? Fine.
Okay.
So you cannot litter.
Now that it's stopped moving,
I know.
You pick it up.
But I will actually lift this.
Right? Is that what that's for? Why else would you pick up the can?
Pick this one up there.
There's so much litter.
Yeah.
Could be another one.
Yeah. Please, thank you.
All right. I'm just gonna wait to cross here.
But not the paper.
この街こうやって空き缶とかゴミとかもたくさん落ちてるんですけど、そういうのを拾ってちゃんとゴミ箱に捨てたりすることで、いいことしたっていうところで警察官としての評価も上がったりします。
So as you noticed before, along this town, there's a lot of different garbage that's spread about. But by picking it up and responsibly throwing it out as you're doing right now, you'll be rewarded and you'll get more points as a police officer.
I could also throw those cans back out, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm a good person.
Yeah, you could toss them back into the environment.
All right. Exactly. So what we're doing now is we're looking for someone named Jenna. So I'm gonna start questioning some people. Now to start off with this, I'm going to actually hack into this camera and analyze it. Oops. Let me get better. There we go. Oh, there we go.
So we should reiterate, just in case some folks maybe missed the first Astral Chain segment, but you're a member of Neuron, which is a special police task force, and as a member of Neuron, you yourself are special in that you can see your legion, and you can see some of the enemies called chimeras, and a lot of the regular folk, even regular police officers, can't see that stuff.
Correct. And you also wanted us to go ahead and explain what we have for police notes as well. While we're doing this. So police notes, I'm getting different clues to kind of find out the whereabouts of Jenna. So when you see these red keywords, these are going to be added to my police notes, which I can kind of just pull back up and review at another time. Right. And I'm going to turn my iris off. for that.
Gossip
we
queen.
mentioned red matter a little bit earlier, and I was wondering if Taro-san could elaborate on what red matter is for maybe some of the viewers who are just joining us for this segment.
少し前にレッドマッターの話が出てきたと思いますけれども、今田原さんにレッドマッターについてもうちょっとお話しいただけますでしょうか。
そうですね。この世界が今汚染されているっていうことがこのレッドマターを通して表現していることになるんですけど、汚染によって一般市民たちがレッドマターの近くにいるとどんどん凶暴化していって敵のようになってしまうっていうような現象があります。
So the red matter exists as a way to display to the player and to other people that this world is actually under attack and being polluted. If general people are standing too close to the red matter for too long, then they'll be affected by it and be corrupted and go mad and become enemies.
あとさっきからプレーで見せてもらってるように、レギオンを使ってその汚染されているレッドマターに近づけるとそこを浄化することができるので、そうすることで警察としての評価も上がりますし、コインをマリオのコインを集めるような楽しいプレーもできたりします。
So, and you saw this a little bit before, but if you use your Legion and move it close to the red matter that's shown,
Why you kick me?
Then your Legion will actually pick up the red matter, kind of like
I didn't get to
Mario
read it.
Picking up coins. So by cleaning up the red matter, you can actually raise your level or your points as a police officer.
There we go. Sorry, that guy was getting a little rowdy with me. So just for those who are wondering what just happened there, this guy is a fanboy of a singer, and when I showed the image of the person they're looking for, he mistakenly thought it was his singer, and he asked me, well, why are you looking for her? And I said, well, I'm looking for this person who's a wanted fugitive. He didn't hear that, and he got upset and thought I was trying to arrest his favorite person in the world, which was not true. So I just kind of calmed him down a bit, and we're going to move on.
Yeah,
I'm not
and
gonna
I
arrest
really
him.
like that even the NPCs that populate the arc, they all have their own personalities and they're going on with their lives, and you can interact with them as a police officer as you investigate cases.
All right, keep moving on. And then in the meantime, too, I actually have this guy here. He was actually looking for this food area called Larger Burger, the easily lost man. So I'm taking him back right now to this area, and this will give me my last keyword that I need. That's going to go into my police notes. You'll see that my progress bar will now be at 100%. So perfect. All right. So now what this is going to do is lead me to actually locate Jenna. So this is perfect.
You're just going to leave that red matter?
Yeah. I'm just going to leave it there. I'm not sure why, but if I keep collecting it, it's just going to be all kinds of crazy. So I don't want to have to deal with that. So I'm just going to move on to the next area here. And because I know we're limited on time, I want to kind of just make it through as much as possible. So there's Jenna. What I'm going to kind of do here. Yeah. So that's her. I'll kind of just speed through this to get time. All right. I'll get over there. Cue the chase music.
But if you weren't speeding through this section, there'd be all kinds of different people to talk to and side quests to gather.
Oh, I can't skip over that. True. The path that I just took is actually one way. Oh man, I am just terrible with cams right now. All right, let's get over here. I'm just gonna avoid this because it's just not working right now. Okay, so as you can see, Jenna has something very mysterious about her. So right now, they're pretty much telling me not to really go in and chase her, but I'm gonna go right in anyway and just go right into it. Alright, so we're gonna drop right into it. Now this is gonna be like a full dive into the astral plane. Something that's really cool. And you're gonna see not only search for this person, you're gonna kind of see us now incorporate some puzzle elements along with some combat as well. I'm gonna get scolded essentially from this officer, but I'm not gonna worry about it right now. I'm just gonna kind of keep moving on. What I'm going to do here is you're going to see there is this little thing. I'm going to shoot it.
So now, he's just switched to his arrow legion in order to do
I'll
that.
start using now.
I'm sorry, that's probably really loud for you guys.
And you just saw that right now, but in this separate world, there's other ways to play besides just regular battle. You saw that there was some puzzle stuff, and there's other stuff as well that you wouldn't be able to have in the real world. play segments.
この世界に入ってしまうと人間は本当は汚染されてしまうんですけども、主人公はこのレギオンとつながっているっていう特性があるためにその汚染から逃れられているっていうような設定も入ってます。
And if a regular person were to enter this world, then they'd slowly become polluted and get corrupted. But because the main character is connected with the Legion, they're kind of protected against being polluted, and that actually factors into the setting of this world.
Which is really, really neat.
Yeah.
One thing also I want to do, since I'm now inside the astral plane, I wanted to kind of quickly show you guys the skill tree.
Yes,
so
please.
There's a lot of depth to this game. Yesterday we kind of went over some stuff, maybe we just talked about sync attacks. But there's also different skills you can assign to different legions. So if you look here, you actually see there's a skill tree. I've been playing this for a little bit, so you see that I've actually unlocked different skills. But when you're playing through the game, you'll actually get what's called gene codes and other material. And
His
right
movement's
here,
a little
I can
freaky.
actually purchase and get an auto bind. So what I'm going to do is press A. I'm going to administer the genes here. Should I have enough? All right. So I'm going to decide on that. And see how also it unlocked a new area. So not only do I have a new ability, now I can also manually control using my Legion as well. So there's so many crazy cool options. I can't wait to see so many people do that. Now for the skill I just got, I could actually assign it to X or Y. I'm going to keep what I have now because I really like using Round Sword and Hit Rush because it does some really fancy stuff. But just know that's just how one Legion is affected. Like I can do it for other stuff too. So I have Air Shot and Hit Rush as well. Okay.
So taking a look at that skill tree, there were a lot of different things on there. Some of those were active abilities that you had to assign to slots in order to use them. But some of those are passives also that'll just kind of give you a buff here or there. And I was wondering if we could ask Taro-san to talk a little bit about the skill tree and about some of the customization that you can do with your character.
今タオラさんにお聞きしたいんですけれども、その各、レギオンにおけるスキルツリーの進路について説明いただけますでしょうか。もうちょっと説明いただけますでしょうか。
スキルツリーの機能、
はい、そうですね。
レギオン5体いまして、で、それぞれに対してスキルツリーが存在しているので、まず成長させたいなっていうレギオンを自由に選んで、それぞれ獲得したポイントを、そのレギオンに対して使っていくっていうところがあるので、どのレギオンを育てるのかみたいなところにもすごい自由があって楽しんでいけると思います。
So each of the separate legions has their own skill tree, like the one that you saw before, and you can essentially take the points that you've accumulated and put them into the legions that you like and earn skills that you want to get. And it offers the player the freedom of picking the legion that they want to make stronger and focusing the points that they've accumulated into that legion.
それぞれに似たような技ももちろんあるんですけれども、アックスレギオンっていうレギオンだったらガードに特化した技が入っていたりとか、ビーストレギオンだったら敵をちょっと翻弄するような技が入ってたりとか、それぞれに特化した技ももちろんスキルツリーで覚えることができるので、どの技が欲しいかによってルートをチョイスしたりするような楽しみもあります。
And while there are some skills within the separate trees between the legions that may resemble one another, there are those that are different. Like, for example, the Axe Legion has different skills involving protection, or the Beast Legion has different ones involving how the ways that it tracks enemies and attacks enemies and things like that. There is a lot of diversity and customization in the way that the skills work between the different legions.
新しいアクションはそれでどんどん増えていくので、しっかり強化していってもらいたいなと思います。
And of course, as you're playing, you'll keep getting new and new skills. So, I'd like for players to, keep making their legions stronger.
Oh, absolutely.
That was a little tough on me. I was not expecting that one. I'm gonna go ahead and zip over here.
I personally really like that.
What a way to fast travel.
Task force. It's represented by the color blue as well as the Legion, and a lot of the Chimera and the environment we see in the astral plane currently is themed after the color red. I'm wondering if Mr. Tara could just give a little bit more background on what some of his design inspirations were.
That's a good freaking question.
Looks and plays.
今まで見てるとなんかこう味方だと青いので代表されてるそので敵だったら赤い、はい、そのようななんかこうデザインチョイスについてご説明いただけますでしょうか。
そうですね。もうそこは単純に青の方が
Is he gonna shoot him over there? Or,
赤はちょっとまあその反対として位置づけているので、一番最初に敵は赤、味方は青っていう風に。
I think you're too much behind the block, no?
の流れで自然な形で配置していきました。
So as far as the color choice between enemies and allies goes, that was simply that blue tends to be like a clean type of color that represents the police, and red is something that tends to be opposite of blue, so that would be good for representing enemies. So that's essentially how we decided to choose the color scheme for this game.
このプレイヤーキャラクターの方は青と白がまあ基本的なモチーフになってるんですけど、ゲームを進めていくとその反対カラーの黒と赤っていうモチーフになったキャラクターみたいなのも実は出てきたりしますので、そのあたりも楽しみにしてもらいたいなと思います。
And as far as the player's color scheme goes, their motif is represented by blue and white. But as you progress later in the game, there's actually a rival character or characters who will show up who are represented by black and red. So that motif kind of continues along that way, and I'd like the players to look forward to it.
So Demetrius has just entered into a new combat encounter here with some more difficult enemies. They're airborne, and he's using a switch, using the weapon called the X-Baton, which can morph into different forms. You can use it in its baton form, which gives you kind of quick attacks. Right now he's got it in its kind of gladius form, which is like a big, heavy attack. And then he can also switch it into a gun form, which is really good for attacking some of these airborne enemies here. He's also using the arrow as a good way to hit some of these guys up in the air.
Yeah, I'm trying to get those focused on... Nope, that's not what I wanted to do with this one. You know what? Let's switch back. This guy.
Yeah. Pulled out the blicky.
空飛んでるやつがいたり、さっきみたいに地上にいるやつがいたりっていうところでいろんなバリエーションがありますので、その敵に合わせてプレイヤーの武器、あとはまあレギオンの種類みたいなのをつどつど組み合わせながら戦っていくのが楽しい戦い方になってます。
Give me it.
To fight different enemies that you see is, you may have noticed that there are enemies that are flying
There's
in
a
the
lot
air,
of different
enemies that are
weapons.
on the ground, and so the player has the ability to choose to find out like which of the combinations of legion and weapon type is most suited for fighting those kinds of enemies.
Right. So you've got kind of a combination here where you have these you have these harpy-like flying enemies, but they're being protected by a little satellite drone.
Pretty tough. I tried this right.
So even though the Arrow Legion is great for airborne enemies, he's having to switch to the Sword Legion in order to use the Slash Legion action and sever the tie between the protection drone and the enemy that it's protecting.
Where is the other one? Am I missing it? Where is... Oh, there you are.
この小さいキャラクターは近くにいる敵を強化するっていう特殊な能力があるんで、さっきみたいに攻撃が全然効かなくなっちゃうんで、まずこいつを倒すっていうような戦法が有効になります。
And as you see, this enemy right before you has the ability to strengthen other enemies that you're fighting. So
Here I am thinking I'm charging my phone the whole time.
That situation is to actually take down these floating enemies first.
My phone just died.
You can't damage the enemies being strengthened.
What? This is really difficult.
Yeah,
this
it really
section here.
Trying to get into this combo. There we go.
It's quite a bit of challenge. So some of the yellow damage numbers, we mentioned this before, the yellow damage numbers indicate a critical attack.
Gosh, I'm
you can get those
on.
Yeah, you can get those by attacking the enemy from behind.
Trying to get them wrapped up. Ah, they're just flying away right now. This
Right,
is
and
why.
I like that Demetrius is demonstrating he could use his blaster form of his X-Baton to attack airborne enemies at a distance, but he can also use his Legion and jump to the enemy's location, the aerial combo that way. So it's really up to the player if they want to focus on using one Legion or if they want to cycle through multiple ones and just explore different ways of action.
Oh, so tough.
Can you get him wrapped?
I wonder if all these people.
Right now, it's little. Oh wait, get over here.
Nice.
There you go. Let me get in there. Okay, hold on.
Oh, you only got one.
More energy spike. That'll recover my limiter gauge.
Right, so the item that he just used was called an energy
There you
spike.
go.
And he was running low on his limiter gauge, and that limiter gauge decreases
the heck is that
whenever
sound?
your legion is active.
There. Oh, now they only needed one hit. I just had to get away and stop getting teamed up on. Oh my goodness. So that started out great. And what I did is I wasn't focusing quite on those two guys. I should have did a little bit tighter there. That's not going to be too good. I know I could have did that quite a bit faster, but again, this is one of those ways where you just play over. Oh, okay. Well, you know, I'll
not
take it.
too bad. Not too bad.
Rank A.
Well, I was explaining myself out of a C rank, but I think okay. So that is what I want to show here, but we're not quite done yet.
Let's see how much
what
this
we would
game
like to
is.
do now is show some really good expert play with Tarzan himself. He's going to actually use all 5 Legion, and you're going to see some really, really cool fights. So I'm just going to.
Oh, that's right. I wrote it down. Oh no. Yes, this is. How much is When is Damon?
We'll begin with some expert gameplay, as I'd like to call it.
Just 2019, huh?
Are we ready to switch it over? Let's see. Just waiting. Well, as we do that in the meantime, as we switch over. Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
So what I see here is a boss, and you're going to see essentially Tarasan, who's really, really good at switching back and forth between different Legion. And this boss itself takes a lot of concentration to dodge in and out in between her attacks. In particular, like this attack right here. You're going to see a lot of different laser fire, and what Tarasan's doing is using the Beast Legion to kind of ride along that. So perfect example of using a Legion to avoid. And now you're seeing.
How do you switch him out?
Yeah. Ooh, got struck by lightning.
He's putting some pressure on him also.
Yeah. So there we go.
Nice.
And I have to work on. I'm in such awe seeing Tarasan here switch so fast.
Right.
Between Legion, something I'm still close trying to get good at working on. Right here is the example of the Axe Legion. The Axe Legion actually brings up a shield and allows you to temporarily block. It's really, really great and really, really effective. And there's a lot of other abilities as well.
And you're going to see
heavy hitter.
Yeah, you're going to see Tarasan use that quite a lot.
Yes. Really good right there, sending your Legion up and then following through to try to get an air combo. So right there, Tarasan unchains his first Legion, followed up and switched to a second Legion to use what was
Is that the meta?
To start firing arrows.
Yeah,
so excellent use of multiple Legion.
Yeah, when you unchain a Legion, they'll kind of continue on with their own combo, and you can actually summon another Legion while that Legion is still out and have multiple Legion on the battlefield simultaneously.
Right, and that is one example of a skill that you can unlock from the skill tree. So it does take a little bit of progression in order to get there. But I do enjoy seeing him just switching so quickly between different Legions, managing his health with items, pulling off active combos.
Oh, I forgot to use the sword. I forgot to use that ability. Okay.
And he just nailed that sync attack there, which gave him a little follow-up hit.
Yeah, we're looking good. The boss is almost at half health. This
Big body
is the arm, short for armor Legion. You can actually wear that Legion and then use it like a pseudo armor. I kind of think of it like a boxer. It's really, really fun.
So I think he just popped an energy right there.
This boss is very, very tough. It's really impressive to see how he can just switch back and forth. Okay, we're moving. We got this going.
So he's got the
excellent use right there.
Clutch.
Perfect sync attack follow-up.
Yeah, nailing it with the sync attack.
All right, here she comes again.
And then using that Beast Legion to get out of the way.
Yeah, and then right there, you are chain jumping is what we call it, to follow through and to get back up. So that's what Tarasan's using right now, is chain jumping to get up into the air. Right there, he blocked the attack from the ground, which you saw that spike. So he was using the Axe Legion to actually guard that. All right, a little bit of healing, perfect. Oh yeah, there we go. A little more unchained.
Yeah, so he's just unchained that Legion.
There we go. Nice little sync attack. Perfect timing.
Nice.
Ooh. There we go.
Nice.
Oh, that was perfect. I didn't even know you could do that like that.
Yeah, that Axe Legion is incredibly useful.
Yeah. And there are different abilities you can get too, which I'm sorry, when I was playing, I don't know if you guys covered that. But there are different abilities you can get, like parrying and stuff, which is also really, really cool.
Oof. Yeah, this boss. Oh.
まあ死んじゃいましたけど、でもここからさらに復活して強くなりますので大丈夫です。
I may have died right here, but from here I'm gonna come back and be stronger than ever. So.
Yeah. Well, I think that just kind of highlights just how challenging this boss fight really is.
Oh, I got nothing but respect.
Yeah.
This
No.
boss fight is a lot of fun, and it's a great example of using like all your skill tool sets, and it's really cool. There we go.
Nice work.
All right, so one boss down. So we're gonna pause here, and what we're gonna do now is we're gonna have one more boss fight for you, and this is another example of a different kind of style of boss that we have. And what we're gonna do is, I think we're gonna switch that over. There we go. Yeah. All right, so here we go.
今のが、ちょっと同じようなサイズのボス戦だったんですけど、今回ちょっと大きめのボス戦をご紹介します。
So what you saw me fighting before was a boss that's the same size as me, but this is something that is way bigger.
I'm still cracking up that none of us thought to actually bust the gel. When we saw that yesterday in practice, we were all like, what? Such a great use of that right there. Because you get stuck in it and it's difficult, but you can actually use your chain to break it.
He's doing things that I didn't know that you could do here. Exactly what you're talking about, like wrapping up. If you get too close to those, you'll get stuck in them.
Ooh, look out for the slam. Oh, nice dodge. Okay, so this is what we call the homunculus. That's one of the name of this enemy, rather. Excuse me. Ooh,
nice,
excellent dodge.
Wow.
So those were all perfect dodges.
Right.
If you dodge in the last second, you can actually release a sync attack, and you can do it using your character, or you can follow up using your Legion. So he's doing various ones. That right there was a perfect dodge with a sync attack using your Legion. All right, so excellent.
Man, sometimes I look at these and I'm like, gee, do you even have the stamina to play this stuff?
He's tapping the ZL button to send his Legion up in the air and go directly attack the homunculus. Because you're seeing critical hit damage. That's what that yellow number is indicating. Right now you're seeing kind of white damage, so it's just basic damage. And he's going to go back up. There's that critical hit damage. He's trying to follow up too to get some more attacks in there.
Yeah, but he knew that attack was coming, so he canceled.
So now he's knocked it down.
Nice.
There we go. He's going to unchain, switch to a different Legion, and then just go ham.
Holy cow.
This guy is like my favorite.
I feel like that the previous boss was a little more mobile. They were also in the air, so it required a different type of strategy. We see this boss is a little bit more centered, but
this
more
is
attacks coming from the side. And again, the battlefield has just transformed.
Yeah, this is a bonker sequence.
今見てもらってるみたいにこうバトルの最中にステージがどんどん
I like that it pauses for you to
このステージに
choose.
関してはレギオンを使って移動したりみたいなこともできるようになってます。
And as you were just talking about, and as you just saw, in the middle of the battle, the stage actually changes shape. But you can use the Legion to actually move around the stage between the broken up parts of it.
Wow.
Yeah, what we're going to do now, what Taros-san's trying to do now, he saw that he got the left arm. Now he's trying to get the right arm chain. And what this will do... Oh! Nice.
Oh, wow.
I never get sick of seeing that last minute switch to the Axe Legion.
So he's switching to that Axe Legion so quickly to protect himself from that attack.
Yeah, it's brilliant. And he's going to do it again.
Again.
Perfect example. All right, now we're going to
chain. Switches back to sword.
Oh! And block. All right, maybe he can get it right there. Yeah, he's got it.
Oh,
no.
He's a big guy, but he moves pretty
mobile,
fast.
yeah. He's going to probably,
Okay.
All right. This one, he's got it.
What the heck?
Little sucker. So another way he's going to do it too, he's going to use the arrow Legion to kind of shoot at its head, because remember, remember that I was saying that the weak points on the enemy here, the homunculus, was its head. So yeah, both arms are chained down now, so he's just going to pile on the damage by doing all kinds of abilities here. And there we go. Good
sync attack. Another sync
now
attack.
Now he can go back to the face, and then there we go. He's going to probably do a lot more sync damage. You can see the homunculus's health is going down really fast now. Okay. Nice shots. That's so much. Whoa! That was close.
Seeing Taros-san play here, it was clear why I had such a hard time with this boss.
Yeah, he's almost got him. Oh, blocked. Yes. Perfect. All right, he's gonna move.
And he's getting his hits in where he can.
Yeah, he's gonna reposition.
Oh, nice. Styling.
Sweet.
Perfect. So no, we're just gonna show the little cutscene here at the end. But yeah, that was perfect.
That was amazing.
That was great.
こうやって倒した後も、
Wow. S plus rank.
この先も実は続きます。
You may think that now that you've beaten the boss that it's the end, but actually it keeps going on, and so there's a lot more that you have to look forward to right from here on out. You're just going to see.
All right, and that's perfect. We're gonna stop right there.
ここから先はですね、購入していただいて、ぜひ楽しみにしていただきたいなと思います。
I'd like people to people who purchase this game to actually see what's coming up next and have fun with that.
Absolutely, yeah. We love this game. We can't stop talking about it ever since we probably.
Oh yeah, Bob. Oh yeah.
But that's all we have to show today for Astral Chain. You want to go ahead and take us out? Okay?
Sure. Would Mr. Tara like to make any closing comments?
Oh yeah, good point.
はい、このアストラルチェインですね、2体を使って戦うっていうところで、今回の動画でもちょっと難しそうに感じた方もいると思うんですけれども、アクションが苦手な方にもちゃんとサポートするようなモードも用意してますので、ぜひ皆さんご期待いただきたいなと思います。
So, with Astral Chain's gameplay, while you're controlling two characters at the same time, people may think, oh man, this looks too hard for me, but we actually have a special mode for people who may not think they're too skilled at this game.
I was just thinking that, right?
This game when it comes out.
Absolutely.
All right, and as a reminder, the game is available August 30th, so look forward to that in a few months. Next up, we're going to have new Super Lucky's Tale. Nintendo Treehouse Live will be
And I'm done. That is my last of my live stream for today. I will catch y'all on the flip side. Bye.